The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
It's showtime.
And that is right. It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the Circle Debate Podcast, episode 107. Señoras y señores. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, Nick from the Ring Fanatics Podcast in the house.
What's good, Nick?
What is going on, my brother? Welcome to the show. Love your bracket, by the way. I forgot to comment, but I love your bracket. For Bruno, good choice for that. European wrestlers. Yes. Oh, man, you got to check it out. Subscribe to the Ring Fanatics Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, let me go ahead and introduce, of course, myself, the host of TBS1 Ivan C. Here with my other host, mi familia, the greatest faction of all time, the fellow horseman of podcasting. Of course, one is getting ready for Sunday's performing because he'll be live in the whiskey. So that's the director himself doing some mutation stuff right there with Fake Destroyed. But we can introduce.
I had a great appearance yesterday too,
and absolutely a phenomenal appearance at the Wrestling Delorean Podcast. Speaking of DeLorean,
that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So speaking of DeLorean, this man takes you back in time. We'll let the video speakers first. So.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That is right, because you don't need any roads with this
Gets
man.
Every time.
It takes you back in time to ECW, WCW, WWF Attitude Era, even the current times here. And the COD channel, ladies and gentlemen, Mike De Niro, Wrestling Delorean Podcast.
What's good, everybody? There's a lot to talk about. I'm ready to get into all of it.
Park
Street.
That's good. Street. My tribal chief. That's right. That is right. My tribal chief is here. So I need to play a bit. I need to play. Oh, man, you said it.
Acknowledge me.
That's right. You got to acknowledge.
See you, baby. Shake that. See, if you want me to acknowledge you, that's what you get. I see you, baby.
That's right. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's just a great prediction show for Clash at the Castle. Make sure you get subscribed, and it was fantastic. And of course, I gotta introduce this man because he is Mr. 69 himself with the 69 answers, questions, thoughts, facts. He just loves 69. I ask him. I don't know why. He is the Invincible. The Invincible head of podcasting.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of reasons. We're gonna definitely be on that next level consciousness right there. I see you, baby, shaking that thing.
I love how that intro transforms him.
I know, right? It does.
Every time. And I get on my head. Oh, there he is.
But yes, we are here with a stacked show today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to cover today. We got 3 shows that we're giving our predictions for it. But before we get into that, very brief moment because De Niro wants to digress on this and touch the subject. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have heard the conversation, the media call that happened today with Tony Khan. And there was a certain subject that was, he's busting a Dana White, unfortunately. So, I mean, but I will let De Niro go ahead and take this over. Let the people know what happened in that media call that caught your attention.
So, Tony Khan was asked by a member of the media, why is it that when CM Punk had to when he was injured and had to step away, he got an 8-minute promo on Rampage, but when Thunder Rosa announced that she was injured and had to step away, she got a 30-second promo on Dynamite. And he said, to be frank, it's all about the ratings. Would you rather see an 8-minute promo from CM Punk or an 8-minute promo from Thunder Rosa? And I mean, it's called a spade a spade. As true as that is, we all know Thunder Rosa is not the best talker. I think that it's really fucked up that you'll call out Thunder Rosa for her mic skills on the media call like that. This is not the first time that TK has called out talent in public, and whether that's your beliefs or not, I don't think that it's right that you basically bury your talent. He did this with Big Swole when I fired Big Swole because she wasn't a good wrestler. That's not needed to say on social media. You can keep that shit to yourself. Stay professional. For him to say that about Thunder Rosa and how he thinks that she's not as much of a draw as CM Punk, that is something he could have kept to himself. He could have put that in a more professional way. And this is just another reason why I feel like TK needs some media training. He's not professional at all, and he should have never buried Thunder Rosa. That's really fucked up. He could have easily said, listen, it was time constraints. There was a lot that we had to get on the show. He could have bounced around it a little differently than, oh, who would you rather see, CM Punk or Thunder Rosa? You just buried Thunder Rosa. Like, I don't know. And it goes into the whole, like, I could go into a whole wormhole with this about how, not a wormhole, like a rabbit hole, how TK doesn't, really value the women wrestlers on his product. And it's just a whole thing about professionality. I feel like he needs to be more professional, and he didn't have to bury someone on his roster, male or female. He shouldn't be burying his talent, especially to the public. I think, like I said, if he needed to say something, he could have bounced around it a different way, and you could keep your personal views to yourself.
Mm-hmm. And you heard it from Clark Street. It is decided TK does not care about women's wrestling. Exactly. Tony Khan, you don't care. You don't.
That's fucking bullshit.
You're full of bullshit, Tony Khan, because we shouldn't have said that in the first place. You know what you said was wrong. You literally said about his ratings. Thunder told me hours before the show. I couldn't rewrote the show. Punk told me days before. So I was giving him a chance. Shut them. No, it's bullshit. That's
a lie too.
We already know.
Because if you remember, CM Punk wasn't announced to have an appearance on that Rampage until an hour before. It wasn't announced earlier in the week that CM Punk would be appearing on Rampage. An hour before Rampage, CM Punk appeared. And even in the promo, CM Punk said, I wasn't going to come out and do this until it was decided about like 2 hours ago that I wasn't going to be able to compete. So that was a lie.
Yeah, I know.
I think from the point of view of somebody on the outside, if there's a way to kind of like be compassionate about the situation, kind of put yourself in Thunder Rosa's shoes, whether something's true or not, like I think we've all kind of gotten something that we didn't want to hear that's true from either like a teacher or a coach, like a PE coach, like, Matt, you're not good enough at baseball, or Ivan, you're not as good an actor as this person, and blah, blah, blah. So, as a result of that, true or not, and whether the teacher is or boss is justified in saying that to you, people do have feelings, and feelings do get hurt. And there's nothing that's stopping them from quitting and going to another place and flourishing better. Yeah. So now that the WWE is a more flourishing place, it's a whole different realm. It's, this is the Reformation. I consider this kind of like when Martin Luther left the Catholic Church to form Protestantism. That's kind of like what's going on with like AEW, WWE. It's the Reformation. It's a new place. So, Thunder Rosa, what's stopping her from going to another place in the future as a result of this? Maybe I'll go somewhere where people appreciate me more. It's just like, or when when Steve Austin went to another place to be appreciated more. Some people might do better in other places.
Look what's going on with Bobby Fish. Yeah. Same thing. Bobby Fish is being very vocal in the media, saying that he doesn't feel like he's being pushed to his full potential. Right now, Bobby Fish is the only wrestler in the Undisputed Elite who's not injured, but that doesn't matter because he's still not on TV. He's not even on Dark.
Yeah, what happened to that storyline? What's going on?
Well, Kyle and Adam are injured, but Bobby Fish isn't. You could at least give this guy some TV time, and then you have him on on media calls and also on different podcasts saying that he would go to war for Triple H. So people are already starting seeing like, hey, if I'm not going to be treated well by Tony Khan in AEW, I know I would be treated well if I go to the WWE. So this is what I was telling. That's why I said when the whole thing happened where Vince stepped down and Triple H took over creative, I said from the first episode that happened. I said that Tony Khan needs to keep his wrestlers happy or people are going to want to either go back or 100%. Go to the WWE.
100%. It's a whole different place now.
It is.
Cardona.
It definitely is.
Cardona is in such an ideal position right now. He could have people play a bidding war over him with the two different brands. Like, look how big I am in the outer world. We
already know where Cardona will go. He'll go to WWE. He'll go there.
100%.
I don't see him going to AEW. But overall, with this media call, Khan did mention, they asked about WWE working with them. He mentioned at first I was very optimistic, but then what they did to me, I am not optimistic any longer. So he lost interest because the whole, reaching out to his talent. So of course that happened. And then overall, the whole media call is, they put him on the spot. Honestly, you did not have a plan B. They asked him, what was your plan B? Well, I mean, he was focused more on his main roster. He was more, he was focused more about what's going on. Preston, thank you so much for tuning in.
Good.
He was more focused on the X. This is where it comes AEW fans, it should be, because right here is the proof is in the pudding of how he literally just mentioned he relies on more of these ex-WWE guys more than his main roster that you helped him grow within the last 2 years. And by hearing him just digressing about that we need to figure out another way. We gave Mox because, but you really, really said how you mentioned it off there that sounds like a fucking Dana White. Like, this is what happens when you hang out with Dana White too much. Like, stop, because they do hang out a lot.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they hang out for other reasons, but still, I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. It's making him look bad. How you mentioned he needs someone to pretty much teaching him, giving him a lesson on how to speak to media. If you don't want to discuss about it, then say no comment. You don't have to say anything. I mean, you're putting everything yourself on the spot. So I mean, yes, damn you, Tony. Yes. Here we go. Here we go.
That's good, Joe Fo.
What's going on, Frank? Yes, that is right. Yes. Please don't forget to subscribe to Joe Fo in the Ring podcast. I was on their show last night.
Amazing episode.
Amazing recap for Dynamite. Check it out and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But I mean, let's get it over with. Enough with TK, because we got enough to cover. And this is a very brief recap, because we have a lot once again, and that is a brief recap of Dynamite! That is right, some Dynamite that we're going to cover very brief. Not much to say about it because it's a go-home show. We don't have the wrong thumbnail, but it is what it is. But let's cover very quickly. Yes, it was fun, Frank. I appreciate you very much. I had a fantastic time. But let's jump into this. Overall Dynamite. I mean, there's really nothing we could. I mean, what can I say? For myself, just get it out of the way. Did not expect Morrissey. Good for Morrissey. He showed up. He's now full-time with AEW. His contract with Impact is no longer there. He's done with Impact. Now he is All Elite. I'm still waiting for the announcement, which I'm surprised they haven't done it. They're probably going to wait until after All Out, probably the aftermath, when they make the announcement for W. Morrissey, which congratulations for him. I'm hoping they use him very well. That's the biggest question mark, so we'll wait and see. Then, of course, with the main event, I enjoyed it. Fantastic. I'm glad that it is finally over. I like when Will Ospreay said on Twitter, hey, you know what? We're even for now, but this is not over. Nothing is over. Nothing is over. That's right.
Until January 4th.
Until January 4th. We might see the rest of the Kingdom. But I really enjoyed Dynamite overall. For me, honestly, I'm going to say it right now. You announced the Casino Ladder, Casino Ladder match, and you had these participants for nothing. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So you had this match as a filler, and then hours later you announced they're in the fucking match. So what was the point of having it in the first place? I digress. But like I said, it is what it is. And what else I gotta say about it? Love that promo with Miro. Oh man, he's winning me over with those damn promos. I'm loving it. Especially with Darby and Sting showing up. Fabulous. Love it. What else can I say about Dynamite? That's pretty much what I can say that I've caught my eye. Very brief. Didn't want to get too much into it because we have a lot more to get into. But Matt Callis, take it away.
I'll say this about W. Morrissey. One of the main things is I have a feeling he's going to fill the role that Lance Archer was supposed to have. It's one of the things that I feel like Lance Archer was heavily misused. He could have been in that Undertaker position of the tall, fast babyface champion. Mm-hmm. I think Lance Archer should have at least had a short run with the world title. He deserves it. He's been in the business a long time, very talented, amazing. He's great on the mic. He's got it all going on. I love Lance Archer. W. Morrissey, I don't know enough about him to compare ages, but size and presentation wise, I think he's going to get put into that role more than likely, But I hope they don't misuse him. We need We need a tall, fast baby face. Like Keith Lee, he's a big baby face, but more in terms of like weight and bulkiness, but we need a tall, fast one, that to fulfill that, baby face, super heavyweight division. Overall, this is us doing the whole episode, obviously, right? So
very brief, yeah.
I'm gonna have to become the character to tell you about, Will Ospreay, Aussie Open. I mean, the big man, was it Nigel? What's his name from the big man from Aussie?
Yeah, from Aussie Open.
Was it Mark Davis or something like that?
Mark Davis, yeah. Mark Davis.
Okay.
He was definitely the most underrated, most important part of this match, because he's like the, if I compare it to a band, he's like the bass player or the drummer. He has to be that bottom line to catch everybody flying around. Because in the end, I'd say he's the most underrated part of this match. And now I gotta add that Kenny Omega, overall, he's more of a, this is the Kenny Omega you get sympathy for. He works a different style. It's not as much high flying as he is punishment and suffering for you to get the compassion for, like him versus Will Ospreay. And we're eventually going to have the Will Ospreay Kenny Omega one-on-one match. And I think, from this is to the Super J podcast, they cover New Japan. They're part of Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Let me say to them that I 100% agree that as long as Japan's doing the clap crowds, it's better to do the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay one-on-one in the United States with us loud and screaming Americans, to fill that out. Because it's kind of sad seeing dream matches and you only hear this. It's so we gotta get a little bit more. I like the John Moxley, CM Punk promos, the back and forth they've done on each other.
Horrible.
I don't think the second Moxley promo was needed. And do you guys think this was kind of ironic and kind of funny, the fact that CM Punk is posing in front of a dude wearing a Hangman Page shirt? Or was it?
I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize
that. Wow.
I was looking at the baby more than I was looking
at the little newborn.
Like, what? He ate the Pope. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He was like standing on the balcony, like, yeah, and then right behind him, next to him, like putting the horns up right behind, almost giving him bunny ears to like CM Punk's head, was a dude wearing a Hangman Page shirt. So I don't know if CM Punk saw that dude and wanted to pose in front of him for the sake of irony, or they need to make memes of that. I know
CM Punk came at the guy for chanting Colt Cabana.
Oh my God!
Ridiculous.
There you go. He caved.
Yes, fuck.
He caved. He caved to the pressure, and I love the 4-way match. Are
you sure that was a Kenny Omega shirt? I'm looking at it right now. Let me stick a.
No, Hangman Page. The guy with the chubby fella with the glasses.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. I might have to look for it.
It's where CM Punk was posing at the end of his whole segment before they cut away, for something else. I forgot what the result of that 4-way match between Wheeler Yuta and Dante Martin, Ray Phoenix, and Roosh was supposed to be. What was it for? Was there
It was to be in a participant of the Casino Ladder match, which turns out they're in it regardless.
I think it was I think it was like a preview of the Casino Ladder match. It was just the 4 participants in it.
I thought it was that. They per participant. That's what I thought.
It's good we're seeing more of Roosh. Yeah, there. You see,
makes fucking
so
sense.
Blatant.
Oh man,
it's so blatant.
Wow.
I thought when he handed over the microphone, I didn't know he was handing it to a security person. I thought he was handing it over to a fan. I was like, that's so unsafe. What if the fans like got on the mic and started speaking shit to see?
And you guys saw my comment in the messaging group. Ace Steel is he's like MJF from the future. He took your DeLorean, like CM Punk took your DeLorean into the future, and he got MJF when he's 55.
That was a very MJF-esque promo.
He sounds like Ace. You don't think Ace Steel's voice and face look just like him? That's like
I see it.
That's MJF's dad. Like, what the heck's going on? That's either MJF in the future or his
No
dad.
one told me MJF was a second-generation wrestler.
All right. Well, that'll be the women's match was pretty good, but I guess it's not needed because you're seeing every. I don't think it's required because you're seeing every woman in the match. It'd be better we see a one-on-one, so it's a little bit different.
I would say that was a good one, though. I ain't gonna lie, it was a great preview. At least I would admit. So that's for sure. De Niro,
I'll leave it at that.
Take it away.
I thought Dynamite was good until CM Punk came out. And here's the thing, like I'm not hating on CM Punk, right? It's just when Jon Moxley dropped the contract, I honestly thought this was going to lead to maybe it's just me with hopeful thinking, but since he dropped it in the ring and walked out, I thought he was going to have MJF jump the guardrail and big pop, grab the contract. Sign the contract. No one can stop him now. Tony can't stop him. I signed the contract. Now you got to book me.
Oh, that would have been so epic.
I know, but when Ace Steel came out, I was like, all right, I know how they were going to do it, but it was confirmed from there that CM Punk was going to be in this matchup. It was good, Dustin Rhodes. Hey,
it was good, Dustin.
The naturals here. It was good.
The naturals here.
Go tell Tony Khan I got a beef with him.
Tell Tony Khan I got beef for him.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Beef sandwiches.
So Max Caster rap battled me. But anyway, so I knew that CM Punk was probably going to be answering the challenge when Ace Steel came out and took the contract. The promo, I don't know. I feel like the promo itself was weird, with I might walk away again. It was just weird. And then you had Ace Steel come out and like basically talk him into remembering who he was, and then all of a sudden CM Punk, who's complaining about how his foot is injured, jumps to the outside. He's walking fine. All of a sudden, he's not limping. He's running up to the stands and cutting a promo. It's like, that's weird to me. Like 8 days ago, you could barely move because 7 days ago, you could barely move because you kicked Jon Moxley in the head and it re-injured your foot. But then you come out here 7 days later, you're limping. And then all of a sudden, Ace Steel tells you to remember who you are. And all of a sudden now he's walking fine. He's running up the steps. He's fucking, all of a sudden not injured anymore. Like someone who's a veteran like CM Punk should know that he should still be selling that injury. You know what I mean? Like he came out limping and he left fucking walking normal. Why? Because of a promo? That's just stupid. Like first of all, shout out to Kofi Wheatston, Dirty Hills Podcast. That's the homies.
Subscribe.
For real. I just thought that it was a waste of an opportunity. I don't really necessarily want to see this matchup again after we just saw it. And if we are going to see it again, I hope Jon Moxley takes his dude's head off. Like, honestly, Jon Moxley should continue.
Thank you.
Jon Moxley should win the matchup. He should continue his title reign. CM Punk, go do your own thing. You know what I mean? Why have Moxley win it to have him lose it back to CM Punk in one matchup? You know what I mean? So that basically was my only gripe with the show. Overall, I loved the wrestling on the show. I thought that the women's matchup was really good, and I love the main event, especially the interactions with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, because I feel like it was the right sample size for when they go and have their singles matchup. I didn't think we was going to see Kenny Omega shirtless until the pay-per-view. I thought that that's what they were building up to, because he comes out 2 weeks ago. He has the arm brace. He has the compression shirt. Then this time he has just the compression shirt, no arm brace. So I figured we were going to see him like in full, like, yeah. But
I want to make a quick joke for Kofi Wheatston. Since you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, I think Ace Steel is Dende from Dragon Ball Z. I think Ace Steel must.
Oh man.
Healing CM Punk like
that's so bad. Dende, wow.
Either that or he snuck freaking CM Punk some senzu beans or some bullshit. He made a wish to the dragon to heal CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk is back to 100% because of Shenron. Don't forget that. But yeah,
even Frank is preaching you, man. Preaching.
Honestly, like I said, the main event was a good sample size for when we see Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega in the future. You called it, Ivan. You called it with the whole injury to someone in the Dark Order to put Hangman in that matchup and to have the main event be, well, the finals be the Elite versus the Dark Order with Hangman Page. I think that this was the wrong way to go. We've seen this so many times. What I would have done is I would have capitalized off of the whole CM Punk calling out Hangman Page. If CM Punk was to have a match at the pay-per-view, why not have Hangman Page versus CM Punk and give Jon Moxley somebody else, since we just saw Jon Moxley and CM Punk? Now we're going to get, chapter 6042 of Kenny Omega and the Elite versus Hangman Page. So, yeah.
Yes, I heard it. He digresses, ladies and gentlemen. He does. At the end of the day, you have to give De Niro. You have to give him.
Give me what I want.
You have to give him what you have to. Well, we're gonna give you what you want, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about that time. It is time for the predictions of all. We're gonna start with all out pay-per-view predictions here. So we're not jumping with the pre-card. It's too many matches. We have a lot more to cover, but I want to get into now the Casino Battle Royale, which I feel that's going to be the first one. And there we go, right there in the bottom on your left, right-hand screen, however you guys are looking at it. It's right there. But we still have the Joker, I guess we could say. We don't know who's going to be the Joker on this one. So now it's time for the predictions, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time. So I'll go first. I choose the Joker. I say it could be. I think everybody's saying it, but I'm gonna have to go with IWC, man. I think it could be MJF. It could be MJF, or I'll throw just a backup. I won't be surprised they add W. Morrissey to this damn ladder match. Just
what does the winner get?
I don't know if it's a title shot for the TNT or for the main or for the Undisputed. I have no clue. They haven't even mentioned it. This is the problem that they haven't really got into details of what this ladder match means. And I'm hoping we get it on an all out. I mean, obviously we should. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't hear Excalibur mention it. Okay, well, this is a ladder match for what? You haven't said it. Let me know. Like, not even on social media. I mean, shit. But I'll go with the question. I will take it. Sean Spears. Oh, Sean Spears too. That's right. The chairman.
Interesting pick, yeah.
Yeah. Could be the chairman, Sean Spears. I wouldn't mind that either. It's been a while we haven't seen Sean Spears. Why not?
Congratulations to him and Casey Lee.
That is right. He's going to be a father.
It's going to be a pappy.
He's going to be a papa. And for you, I just got to do this, Sean Spears, because you are one lucky
son of a bitch.
Just wanted to say that. All right. Matt Callis, who do you got on this one?
Who's ready for curveball?
Oh, shit.
All right. Batter up. Come on. Who's got it? Get your bats. Come on, Ivan. You got your Louisville slugger. Come on.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, man.
All right.
It's a swing and a miss. Jesus Christ.
Inside your baseball, you'll find somebody. It's Kota Ibushi. Oh.
Wow.
I mean, I'm wondering if his recovery timeline looks about the same as Kenny's, because Kenny's all of his injuries sounded 20 times worse than anything I heard out of Kota. And Kota's been active way longer than Kenny has been. Well, if not a little bit, how was it? Kenny went inactive, 2021?
November,
Yeah. Kota became inactive. Was it springtime or was it even before that?
He got inactive since Wrestle Kingdom right after he was already done.
Yeah, right after Wrestle Kingdom.
That was in January. So he's been out for the last
7 months.
7 months?
Well, no, actually, 9 months. We're going into 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months. Yes.
And hopefully, Tony could keep Kikuchi away. All the whatever bullshit he's got going on. I know it's the funniest name ever, but he's part of the Yakuza.
Okay, I gotta watch myself. I need to control myself.
Hey,
it's the 69 talk about Kikuchi.
I know. There you go.
Or the Yakuza is like, don't make fun of my name. I have sword. I don't know. They say he's like a little guy.
About to get canceled over here.
Yeah, man.
Cancel-
We're about to be.
I
We're about to go to Pornhub.com.
The Yakuza got canceled. But so other than that, I've got included in my curveball, Rob Van Dam. He's pretty reachable.
RVD.
I would not let Rob Van Dam into AEW. Fuck that. And I love Rob Van Dam so much. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I would much rather see him in WWE. Just because when Rob Van Dam was offered a spot with AEW in 2019, Rob Van Dam dissed the whole company and said he won't go to all petite wrestling. He said, when they hire real wrestlers, call me. After that, I would be like, fuck that guy. So I love you, RVD, but not for AEW.
I thought
Go team up with Matt Riddle.
I thought that was kayfabe. I don't know.
No,
Nah, Van Dam.
He meant it. He meant it. He really meant it.
Yep.
It's a pop. Well,
he doesn't get along with the Young Bucks. They have history from the TNA days. So,
and if you go in terms and here's the two safest ones though, because I actually have more than one. I'm wondering if you guys are kind of going the way. Here's the safe, kind of predictable, I guess kind of boring ones. Okay, you see Dante Martin. You see Dante Martin. Everybody's part of a faction. They're all part of the same faction. So if you got two of each, Dante Martin's by himself. So it's either his brother or Matt Sydal. So. And I don't know what this whole situation is going to continue with Matt Sydal or some other crap. So I don't know. So I
like the Kota Ibushi idea for sure.
That I do like. I do like that.
Was his name Dion Martin? What the other brother in Top Flight? David Martin?
Darius
Martin.
Darius Martin. So we're either getting Darius Martin, but we already kind of had that in another. So that's kind of like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Or we might get Matt Sydal. They're gonna really play it safe.
Because if you notice, everybody is in a team here.
Yeah,
you have the Blackpool Combat Club. You have the Lucha Brothers. You have Los Ingobernables, and then you have Dante by himself. So it would make sense to putting Dante's brother or Sydal. So that's a good call. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, or
good point.
If it's a real stretch for people to be like, you could play that clip again, Ivan. Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, okay. Damn. All right.
You're gonna do that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
If we're gonna do who the fuck is that guy, it makes sense, but everybody's gonna be kind of let down. Was it Mike Sydal? Because Matt Sydal teamed with his brother.
Oh yeah, his younger brother. I think
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah, who's your brother, man? Who's your hermano? ¿Dónde es? ¿Qué hermano? Like
Mike hermano, no sé, los hermanos.
Yeah, Mike Sydal. So I guess if you're gonna go safe, so those are all my predictions.
Okay, De Niro.
I just don't want nobody to be debuting because you just had to debut W. Morrissey. I still feel like they have so many wrestlers coming in, but with nothing to do. So let's stop the debuts and let's just worry about who's on the roster. But if it is Kota Ibushi, then I'll take that debut 100%.
Oh,
Because Kota Ibushi is going to have a big spot in this company with Kenny Omega being an EVP. So it's not going to be someone who gets lost in the shuffle. That's for sure.
And you get a lot of dream matches out of them. You'll get a lot of badass matches.
No, for sure. Oh my God. Just the dream matches I could think of right now. Like put him and Penta in the matches to get into each other. That would be crazy.
Yeah, there you go. There's one right there. That's a headliner.
Yeah.
For me.
I think me personally, I would like either Rush or Andrade to win, but I think that it's going to probably be Claudio just because he's probably the biggest name in this matchup and they need to do a little bit more with Claudio. He's a huge star, a lot of momentum right now. I feel like he could easily be a champion in AEW. So
not just a championship, so they just have to make it more freaking recognized. Like, what was that? Just a decoration belt? Like, freaking give him launch the show already. AEW.
They better announce something on this fucking show. Like, we're about to end the year and we still don't know the fate of Ring of Honor. If you remember, in December of last year was the last Ring of Honor show, Final Battle, right? And we didn't know the fate. And then we're going into the end of this year and we still don't know the fate. Yeah, we had some shows in between, but we don't know what's going to happen, if there's going to be a show, where's the show going to be, how long is the show. So hopefully they start announcing some details for Ring of Honor's television show. That would also help with all the roster members who have nothing to do.
Tony Khan's just going to be like, wake up off his couch. He's like, oh shit, I forgot to order the set pieces.
You know what? You mentioned that it could be Samoa Joe probably returning.
Okay.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that either.
What are you guys?
He just finished wrapping up with Twisted Metal, so now he can return and make him, finally come back. That could be.
He has that Ring of Honor TV title. What the?
It's collecting dust, sitting there.
Could have gave that to Lethal while Joe went and did his thing.
And the Ring of Honor 6-man title. What the hell are you guys doing? It's right there. It's right there.
Yes.
All the Ring of Honor belts.
Tell him.
Let's fucking go.
That's right.
Do something with it. You go.
All right, Tony Khan, let's fucking go. Like, hurry up.
Yo, let's go. You go.
No, you go. You go. No, I go. Okay.
I feel like I'll never be able to be invited at one of these AEW media calls. Because
I don't think so either. Because Hashtag no.
This is Mike De Niro from the Wrestling Delorean Podcast. What's your question? Yo, Tony Khan, what the fuck, man? All right, take the mic. Take the
mic. Let's take away here. What's going on with the
Hey, what the hell is going on, man?
Word. I'm too New York for Tony Khan.
Oh man! All right, let's get into the next match, and that is, of course, Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Will Hobbs. I'm happy though. By the way, I'll go ahead first. I'm happy that he's getting his moment now. Both of these individuals. I said it in Joe From the Ring podcast on their recap episode. I don't care who wins, who loses. At the end of the day, they're both going to shine in this event, and I think it's not going to hurt either one of them, whoever loses. However, I do want Starks to win because it makes more sense. Get the story maybe to continue, or maybe just end it and move on and do something different with Ricky Starks. Like, you mentioned on the chat that we're trying to push his face going. It's time to, elevate it more and give him more TV time. So I'm hoping that this match delivers for both. I think it's going to be a great emotional storytelling. In my opinion, I feel like that's what's going to be told in the ring. And knowing Ricky, hopefully with the win, buddy. Yes, I hope so. I choose you. So there you go. Mac Ellis.
So I think this is going to be like emotional wise, storyline wise. You can compare it to like, Owen Hart and Bret Hart, that kind of thing. Just not,
I like that.
Not storyline wise, but emotionally wise. Because it's like a big faction and, the main thing, I think this is going to be the show stealer, because the main thing is like they're getting kind of overshadowed by the rest of the card, but they're going to use the fact that the odds are stacked against them just to show that these guys are worth $1 million each of them. Mm-hmm. They're going to kind of shoulder, like I'm guessing as Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks are playing this match out, they're talking to each other over the phone. I saw them at a party together wearing nice suits. Sorry if I'm killing kayfabe, but I'm pretty sure they got a good talk about their match. It's like, okay, we gotta make this the show stealer. We gotta make this the match everybody talks about. We gotta make this Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage. We gotta make it like that level. We gotta make people, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna deliver because they've been veterans. They're talented. Ricky Starks has been to DDT. He's been all over the world, So overall, I think this is going to be the show stealer match. And I think Ricky Starks is going to come out on top just because, babyface victory. It wouldn't really make sense for Will Hobbs to win, despite him being, or he could win, but show some honor in his victory and kind of turn babyface that way. Maybe prevent like an outside interference from Komoroto Solo Go.
Oh, the cutie pies. The cutie pies.
It's like an evil spell. Komoroto Solo.
AEW Dark Crew.
Dark Crew. I think though, man. Too much comedy with them, but I'm pretty sure he's got to stop them, and then they're gonna do something with that. But they're gonna pull out all the stops in this match. Don't be surprised if you see a 450. You know, don't be surprised. They're gonna pull out the stops, even if they're told not to. Like if I'm on this card, if I'm here on this card, I want to steal the show. If I'm Will Hobbs or Ricky Starks, I'm gonna take every risk I can. I'm gonna go off the top rope and do a 630, both of them. You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Love it. De Niro.
I definitely agree with that. I think that this could be a show stealer. They're both so talented, and I think that they're going to be coming into this matchup with a chip on their shoulder, being that, you know, they have something to prove. And I also think that it's awesome to see homegrown talent like this get a shot on the pay-per-view, because like both guys are not former WWE guys. So I think that it's cool to see homegrown talent. But I disagree with you guys. I think that Powerhouse is going to win. And the reason, and I'm going to tell you why, right? If
the guy in defeat.
Yeah, if Powerhouse loses, then where does he go from here? Where if Powerhouse wins, Ricky Starks as the babyface will have the story where he has to work himself back up, or he's going to be chasing to get that victory and the revenge on Powerhouse. You have more longevity in the storyline if Powerhouse wins and Ricky Starks has to avenge that loss.
Trilogy.
So, I could see a trilogy out of this match for sure. I could see the next one being like a street fight and then maybe ending in like a cage or something. Yeah. So I think that just to keep the storyline going, Powerhouse wins, and then we have Ricky Starks chasing him.
I love it.
All right, that's right. Good call. Because Kofi Weiss and Powerhouse for the win. This match, yes, Kofi, yes.
I agree.
What'd you think about that A comparison? I want to hear what Kofi thought of that. You know.
All right, on to the next match, and this is all like I went based on how I think they book it, but I mean, obviously there's a different way how to book it. And the next one, of course, we got your first six-man tag team match. House of Black versus Darby, Sting, and the Redeemer himself. I am the Redeemer with these pagans. Oh, man. Fucking love this guy. I'm sorry. He's winning me over with this.
That was a good impression.
I tried.
That was a really good impression.
I needed his damn chest hair like what he does. I can't even pull that off. No. But, man. This one, it's tough. I love both teams. I know a lot of people said in the IWC community saying that, hey, it could be Sting turning heel for the first time here because of the mist. Because I don't see Sting turning heel unless he pulls a 180 and trick us, and he's like, oh, he's joining forces, and then next you know, let's say if Malachi walks in front of him, and then Sting with the stinger, Scorpion Death Drop, and then that could happen. So I feel like I'm gonna go with Darby, Sting, and Miro. I think Miro's gonna get his revenge, and I think hopefully down the line we see Miro and Malachi one-on-one after that. That's what I want to see later on. But I do see the House Black not winning this one. I have to go with Darby, Sting, and Miro. I think for me, I can't wait to see Miro and Brody King. Oh man, that's what I want to see. Woo!
That's the money match.
That's the money match. Oh, I love it. But I mean, who knows? I mean, we have to wait and see how this turns out to be. But overall, I feel like this 6-man is going to be a great opening. Like if it's going to be one of the first 3, I think it's going to be a great opening to do it. So I choose Darby, Sting, and Miro. What do you got, Matt Callis?
No, I also, before I get into who I think will win, doesn't this kind of remind you guys of a certain movie? Have either of you guys ever seen Spawn?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. This is like, I almost feel like, as much as I love Miro, I feel like I wish there was like a Spawn wrestler in Miro's place, because it kind of makes sense. Like, we are the Forsaken escaping the underworld. And, and I think like instead of Buddy Matthews, it should be like Violator on the other team, like an evil clown with sharp teeth. Because like House of Black's kind of like they're already like demons. So Buddy Matthews maybe should be like Violator, John Leguizamo, like and these fight. It's the underworld. It's like this is the underworld brawl. I think the only thing I don't want happening is this not be too much of a hardcore match, not too many weapons. Because I like what these guys do with their bare hands. They're so great as wrestlers, in-ring performers. So great with their move sets. I like what they do with their moves, and I want to see more of that. Miro's cool enough. He doesn't need a chair. He doesn't need a stick. He does cool kicks. Even Darby, like even though he's known for death matches and stuff like that, he's so great when he's. I think one of my favorite Darby matches. He's like outnumbered. It's just him by himself versus 2 or 3 guys, and people's like, well, that's cool. And he has no arms either. So in one of the match when he had his arms tied behind his back. I kind of thought that's cool. So, I like to see underdogs kind of facing up. So it's like the good guy demons versus bad guy demons. So I mean, I'm gonna go for the good guys in this, but I mean, House of Black does deserve a win, but I guess I'm gonna have to go with the good guys because I think it's more of a better feeling kind of coming around. Who knows? Maybe Lana might come out with a weapon of some kind,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Julia Hart. You're absolutely right. Forgot about she might be at ringside. Good call.
And Mrs. Miro. So
yeah, the Miss Redeemer. The Miss Redeemer. That's who he is.
Mrs. Redeemer. She might come out too. So
only one woman could touch me.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an epic promo a couple weeks back.
Oh my god, him and Julia Hart. Yes, I love that.
Only one woman can touch me, and you're not.
Only one, and you're not her.
You know what? If Miro comes out dressed as a crusader, ready to vanquish demons with the Eastern Orthodox bishop, that would be insane.
What is that Greek god that is against Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, who's against pretty much all gods? There has a
Zeus?
Not Zeus.
Hades?
No.
Prometheus?
Maybe Prometheus, not Hades, because I mean House of Black is kind of like Hades, pretty much.
Yeah.
The dead. But
you splash water on Malachi. I'm burning.
I mean, you could say that Miro's almost like a God of War type of character. Like he is no
like
good,
like an Ares.
Like an Ares. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. There you go. Ares, pretty much. Yeah, that's what he is to me. So I mean, if he dressed like Ares, that'd be awesome. I mean, I would love to see that.
Oh, must slay demons. Freaking throwing garlic at Malachi Black, and you gotta
throwing garlic.
It's like garlic. This ain't not healthy.
He's not a vampire.
He's not a vampire.
Any supernatural gimmicks. They can make a whole joke. Like if you have a comedy gimmick, like let's see if this works on Malachi.
I'm gonna come out like Dracula.
That's so funny.
Oh man.
Oh, Daniel, take it away.
What can I say after that? Shit. Not because I just saw them at House of Glory this past weekend, but I think that it would be time to give House of Black a big win. They constantly are coming up on the losing effort, and now that we have the trios titles, I think that they're the perfect trio to hold the trios titles. So I would build their momentum starting here with a big win against Miro, Sting, and Darby. I would like to see the House of Black win. I actually am kind of pissed off that this is a trios matchup. I feel like there's too many trios matches on this show that takes away from the finals of the tournament. We had a trios tournament, and now we have the finals of the tournament, and that should be the only trios match on the show to show how different the trios are. But instead, we're getting 2 other trios matches. But it is what it is, I think that House of Black needs to win this. They are due a win, and I think that it's probably going to come at the expense of Darby Allin because I would keep Miro strong, and I know Sting ain't going to take the pin. So Darby's going to have to get that Black Mass back kick.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying about the trios type of stuff. Well, yeah, we can't really talk. That's kind of like being a little hypocritical because New Japan does that all the time as well.
I hate when they do it too.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
They do if they start out every show with 4 8-man tags.
Yes.
It's like, goddamn.
Even for the World Tag League, they'll do that. They start off we like it.
they pay you by the match. That's why they make them all wrestle. They make everybody wrestle. Yeah. It's like, hey, you want to wrestle
You want to wrestle. You want to wrestle. You want to wrestle. Everybody wrestles. Like
if you like wrestling every day and getting like really your body screwed up, then join New Japan.
In New Japan, sometimes they do it so randomly too. It's like, all right, you, and you versus you. And you guys, like,
I don't know who the fuck are you, but you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not even on the same faction. You guys are both on the same faction on opposing teams.
I mean, we were seeing that all over the G1. It was like Okada, Tanahashi, and it's like, really?
Yeah, like what the fuck is this? Why would you?
There's not enough chaos guys to team them up. You have to put Okada with Tanahashi.
I think it's a good and a bad thing. If you're a young lion, you're wrestling everybody, and everybody's whooping your ass.
Pretty much.
That is right. Open ass. Of course, one of the cards I feel that this might be one of the championships first on the line, and that's going to be the TBS Championship. That is Jade Cargill versus Athena. So,
Ivan, I want to say this right away.
Go ahead. Say it. Oh, hold on. I need to play this for you now because I have to. You haven't seen it.
Say it!
Two-Face. Harvey Two-Face. This is what I'm going to say right away. Have you guys ever ordered something from eBay or Amazon and it came 4 months too late?
Don't. Oh no! This gotta be your fucking curveball, is it? Please tell me it is.
It's not a curveball. This is what it's right in front of you. Like
they booked this matchup, and I thought we were going to see this like 2 months ago.
I thought we were gonna, with the rate this is going, I thought we were gonna see this next year. For God's sakes, I thought we were gonna see this. I was like, oh, I don't even care about it anymore. It's like I ordered this T-shirt last year. This is what this is. This is the shit that they left in Amazon backorder packaging. Like somebody lost your package in the mail. This is literally what that is. I lost this match in the mail. This is what this match is. Tony Khan lost this match in the mail. Tony Khan's in his boxers, lying in front of the computer. And it's like, oh shit, this match was supposed to happen. We gotta shoot a sketch of me as Tony Khan, like in my boxers, lying on the couch in front of my laptop.
Remembering to book things last minute.
Oh shit! I was supposed to book
the good old big powder right next to you and a glass of champagne.
Hey, look at the All Out logo. What does that resemble? Looks like a kilo to me.
Yeah, it looks like a kilo.
Oh, 9 days. 9 days. 9 days.
We're not getting no press passes. Fuck that.
No. I'm at peace with it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'll leave it back to you. Sorry if I wanted to shoot.
Well, go ahead. What do you got?
Athena, because Jade's had that is kind of had it for so long.
So they that Jade's gonna get her first loss to Athena.
They need to do something. It's like nobody even cares that she has a winning streak. It's like a winning streak only matters if you kind of see it like in consecutively. But it's like, imagine if Goldberg's win streak was like spread out over such a long period of time, and you only saw it sometimes. You know, the effect kind of is worn off already. You know, so what are you gonna do? You know,
she should have been on every show. She's a star.
Yeah, like
yes.
Yeah, does the belt even matter? Like, come on.
I don't get why the TBS title's defended more on Rampage on TNT, and the TNT title's always defended on TBS on Dynamite. Shouldn't the TBS title be on TBS and the TNT title be on TNT?
There you go.
Should, yeah.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, I'll go. I don't see Cargill losing. As much as I would love to see her, but I see Cargill winning. I think they need to. I think what the problem is what you mentioned, Matt. It's like it's been sitting there for so long. Now you're putting it in a pay-per-view, but there's no. I mean, we see
nobody cares that she's dominant.
Well, we see a little bit of it, right? Well, I mean, we see hints here and there. I agree. This match should have happened before. Like it should have happened on a Rampage or a Dynamite. Why wait this so long and now you're burning and doing it now? So that's where I'm with you on that. But something tells me they're going to continue it. They're going to have a rematch and then have Athena win on a national television platform. Something tells me that's going to happen. So I'm going to have to go with Jade Cargill this one. Then take it away.
I agree with that. I'm going to go with Jade Cargill also. The only thing I would like to see different, right, is Jade Cargill have a lengthy matchup. Because we're at the point here where she can't be having these 5-minute matches. She's going to have to, like, test herself in deep waters. I thought that's what we were going to get when we had her versus Madison Rayne, a veteran who's going to test her, but that was even like a squash match. So hopefully this matchup is a little lengthy just to see what we have in Jade as a champion in deep waters, because you can't protect her by going 5 minutes every time. So that's the only thing. Jade Cargill for the win, but at least give us like a real matchup. Give us a competitive matchup, and let's see how Jade sells. Let's see how Jade is able to like work a body part or just other elements of her game, because a year in, it's still the same Jade Cargill. So I definitely would like to see other elements to her.
I totally agree. And I think it's about time to put her knowledge, the skills that she learned from the great Bryan Danielson, and put it to the test. She with a veteran like Athena. I mean, why not? This is the time to put it to the test and do something about it. So I'm hoping that we do get that from Cargill herself, especially. All right. We got a next trio that we're coming up here, and that is, of course, FTR and Wardlow versus Motor City Machine Guns and Jay Lethal. I have to do it because I saw Matt smile, and you know what that means. Yes, that's what that means for Matt Callis right there. So I'll let you go first, Matt Callis. This is your cup of tea. So let these damn
Stanford stooge.
Some answers sometimes lead to more questions. So I mean, the question that leads to, no, but it depends on.
This is very
no. But it depends on, we going to see FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns on maybe? I think a good way to do it is either they're gonna do the typical Tony route. Okay, I got a name for it, typical Tony. If it's like expected and not that great. So if we just see this match on Dynamite, whatever. If this is like the opening match or the first headlining match.
Hey, what a surprise. What's popping, man?
Okay.
That is here to join us, gentlemen. Cage My IQ.
Yeah.
Our familia right here. Oh my God, we got
Team Orange
with orange shirts.
Team Orange.
Oh
Team Taz on the bottom. We got Team Taz.
We got reinforcements from East Coast. But I'll say that we could either see it as just another match on Dynamite, or we could see Motor City Machine Guns versus FTR either as the opening or the headlining match of the first episode of the Ring of Honor TV show. I think it would, and both groups, especially Motor City Machine Guns, have such a big history with Ring of Honor. They definitely deserve a shot at those Ring of Honor titles. They're very beloved, and I hope that there's enough Motor City Machine Guns FTR moments rather than say vice of them members of the team facing either Jay Lethal or Wardlow. So, I want to see more of a little bit more of that, So, but I mean, it's a good over. And I'm gonna go for Motor City Machine Guns. I want them looking strong, despite them kind of being positioned as heels. I think they just have such a good history as baby faces that I think I'll enjoy this one. So,
all right. Shout out to Tim King, that's Wrestling Index. What's going on?
Them winning.
Yes, Team Orange. Yes, we're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colors. Give me a high.
Shout out to the Wayne Show.
What do you think it took me so long? I had to put on my orange shirt,
Love it. Love it. I mean, come on. You still can show those stripes. You got to show those massive stripes. You got to let them know. That's right.
The Vader pose.
The Vader pose. Jesus.
Big Dan Vader.
That's Big Dan Vader. That's right. Yeah, who do you got on this one, brother? Who do you got? Go ahead, Dan.
I got Jay Lethal and the Machine Guns. I got them winning. I feel like a big thing with me with this matchup is just I think Singh gets involved in the match and cost FTR and Wardlow the match. Something I don't know if you guys talked about is the fact that after this, FTR are going over to England and they're doing a Royal Crest. They're doing both, and they've been teasing a matchup with, of course, Aussie Open. And then after that, I feel like they're going to be doing the World Tag League at some point in November. So
Gorillas
I feel like
Destiny.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that, man. You're gonna be fucking.
That's just me. That's just my thought process there. Because we also have Chase Owens and Balak Fale fighting in Cobb and what's his name, Great O'Khan for the #1 contendership. So I feel like that's going to be played at other lines. I feel like they're not going to be on AEW as much. It sucks because they're the most known tag team. They're the #1 contenders, but I feel like they're going to defend those other belts that they have or appearing on other shows. And I feel like this gives them a way to do that. But then something we didn't think about: who says the Most City Machine Guns don't win the Impact World titles, and then FTR goes after them after this? If Lethal and them win, because I feel like Singh's going to be the denominator factor in distracting Wardlow or taking him out of the match, and then it's going to be a 3-on-2 afterwards, and that's how Lethal and them win.
I like that. All right.
Yeah.
De Niro.
I'm with everybody. I'm going for the Motor City Machine Guns and Jay Lethal. I think that the Motor City Machine Guns actually should pin FTR, though, because I think that that's what would give them the reason for getting a Ring of Honor title shot down the line, like Matt said, maybe for the first Ring of Honor episode. Because if FTR wins, then what leg does the Motor City Machine Guns have to stand on saying that they should get a title shot if they lost? So I think that they have to win and they have to beat FTR, which will also be a shocker because FTR is so hot right now. You have the Guns win, and then that leads to a 2-on-2 tag match for whichever titles they're putting up for it.
All right. Jesus. I'm trying to think. Who? Me? Everybody wants to see that FTR and Motor City Machine Guns, of course. We're all want to see that. I think they're gonna see that for Ring of Honor for sure. It's gonna happen. But we're gonna get a tease of it. That's the one thing for sure we are gonna get is a tease out of that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing as well, I don't know. It just for me, I wish they could have put all titles on the line. It would have made the match more intriguing, and I would have been more invested on it. But I am invested only on the Motor City Machine Guns and FTR. I'm not really invested in Wardlow and Jay Lethal, unfortunately.
I feel like they should be keeping the TNT title just on Dynamite. If they're gonna do that, have them defend it every week or every other week. If they did it, then they wouldn't have to have it on there. No, people wouldn't complain that it's not on the pay-per-view because I feel like somebody said like last week or whatever, they should have their TNT and TBS titles just be on Dynamite and defended very often. That way you don't have this mess. But yeah.
No, I mean I agree. I mean, it's like I said, it should have been all titles. It would have made the match more intriguing and be more invested. But regardless, at the end, I'm happy to see at least Motor City Machine Guns be on AEW platform. Yeah. So I'm happy for that mainly. But Tony Khan better hurry the fuck up and do that Ring of Honor pay-per-view as soon as possible because we need to see that match happening in the Ring of Honor, ring. That needs to happen. But I'm gonna go with I'm with you guys. I'm gonna have to go with Lethal and Motor City. I think there's a story build up for FTR. I don't see. This is what I think will happen. Very quick, I'm gonna say it. I say that we're gonna see the build up FTR and Motor City Machine Guns heading into Ring of Honor, while we're gonna see the last, pretty much the last feud of Wardlow defending the TNT versus Jay Lethal and Sanjay and Singh. The 3-on-1. He squashes them. He ends it. That's it. Move on. That's what I feel like they should do on a Dynamite. Move on with that storyline. I'm done with it. They need to book Wardlow, how you mentioned, Dan. more, TNT open title shots, more of that, more Wardlow, and better matches, better investment for him because you're making that TNT title not be relevant.
I mean, I just said about like 10 minutes ago, I want Powerhouse Hobbs to win and then, move on, and then you can have Ricky Starks chasing him. Think about if Powerhouse wins and then he gets a shot at Wardlow. That's a money match.
That. Oh my God, that hell yeah, that would be a match. Jesus. All right, so let's see. We got the next matchup, of course. That is. Aha! Oh. Well, I don't even know if he's going to come back as Jungle Boy, or he's Jungle Jack, or whatever. I don't even know.
Jungle
that promo, Jungle Jim, I have no idea. But all I know is that they better fucking make this match so exciting.
This is definitely going to deliver. It's going to
deliver. I hope so, because all those promos, all that your father this, your father that, your mother this, it better not flop. I'll be fucking pissed if this shit flops because all that TV time that was given to these two individuals, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not hating on it, but I love just how it got us invested. But at the same time, like TikTok, hello, we need to keep on going. We need it already done. Mm-hmm. This match better deliver. So I will go with Jungle Perry, whatever he wants to call himself that night. I have no idea because he said on what is going on, Young Anthony.
It's good, Anthony.
That's right. I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy in this one just to end this feud because I'm tired of it. It needs to end with this pay-per-view. Big Dan, take it away.
I'm going with Jungle Boy too. I think he's the guy that has to get over. He's supposedly one of the pillars of AEW. He's been one of my favorite wrestlers on the program. And I feel like this is the perfect way to kind of branch him off. You have him talk a little bit more. I think maybe that's why they did it, because in this first year and a half, he barely talked. And now they have him talking a lot, get a lot of work on the mic to do that. Maybe that's why they went that route with this rivalry here. And Christian's the perfect guy to get it out of him because he's been known to being great on the mic as a heel. Not as much as a babyface, but great as a heel. So he's getting that out of him. At the end of the day, it's here to make Jungle Boy look better and to take the next step. I hope at some point that he just calls himself Jack Perry, but I feel like they're just going to keep it Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. And then the fact that now he's using the mic is a great thing. And I think it's making him a better overall person in the ring and outside of the ring. But I think he wins the matchup. He goes over. They could even do something afterwards. They could do something at Arthur Ashe with that more at stake then. But in this one, I got Jungle Boy.
Okay. All right. Matt Callis.
All right. I think one thing we should observe, this is an interesting take on something. You guys, you know what? I think it's time for another curveball.
Oh, my God. Really?
Get your baseball bat out.
You can't be throwing too many curveballs. The batter's going to start to pick up on that.
Oh, nice.
I saw it.
See? You throw too many curveballs, the batter's going to pick up on it and
you got
send it to the fences.
You got it.
I'm on to you.
Yeah. So,
I thought you guys were on the same team, actually. Why do
you think I'm on to you?
If we're playing softball. So if for fans of Japanese wrestling, I'd say, because keep in mind what Jungle Boy said. It's like it's not Jungle Boy facing you, it's Jack Perry. Yeah. So this is where I'm comparing it to Japanese wrestling. Great Muta and Keiji Muto are two different people. This is almost like, fucking hilarious. Yep. It kind of just started out as the thing I was saying, independent epicenter. And now
that's Young Anthony, man. It's Young Anthony.
Young Anthony. We're continuing. Organic. It grew. But yeah, Jungle Boy, it's kind of like the reverse of Great Muta. Maybe Jungle Boy's more serious and cruel side is Jack Perry. Keiji Muto's more serious and cruel side is the Great Muta. So the real Jack Perry is the cruel, violent one. And this is where hardcore violence actually makes sense because there's so much emotion. I don't want to see a lockup. I want to see like closed fists. This is where blood makes sense. This is where John Moxley, like I said, you need tampons for that with whatever goes on with his forehead. This is every once in a while. Yeah, Tamox. Do you bleed every Wednesday and Friday and sometimes a Sunday every 4 months?
I heard that now they're not even calling it blading anymore. They're calling it moxing.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Man, imagine CM Punk comes to the ring with like a pad and a tampon taped to his forehead, just in case. Just in case.
Oh god.
My god.
This makes sense here. So Jack Perry is going to be the Great Muta of Jungle Boy. So, and to be honest, I wasn't really on board. I mean, I'm not that big on Tarzan or, the Jungle Book. So I think the serious Jack Perry, I'm going to enjoy. If we see maybe like short, dark hair
on Earl Cole,
it's good.
If we see short, dark hair and long tights, that'll be really cool. It'll be a way different side of him. And, him carrying a weapon, and him not caring if it's a disqualification. We got news from Tony Khan. It's a no DQ match. They should make this no DQ.
This fits a no DQ match.
Yes.
Yeah.
it should be. It should be a freaking. This should be a street fight overall everywhere and just beat the living shit out of each other.
There's no title. This is all about pride. This is all about emotion. Let the violence flow. It's perfect. Let the hate flow, Emperor Palpatine.
Let the hate flow through you.
Freaking lasers and shit. So I'll give it to Jungle Boy since everybody wants that babyface victory. Because if Christian wins, they have to drag it out more. And what the hell?
I hope not, man. Just end this damn story. I'm just fed up with it already, to be honest with you.
Christian needs the win. He's already, Christian doesn't need the win. Jack's the new cat on the block. Give
New
Jack
Jungle Cat.
Cat. There you go.
Jungle Cat Perry.
Jungle Cat. Jesus.
Cut Jack some slack.
De Niro, take it away.
I think Christian Cage is going to win.
What?
And,
Wait a minute. What?
And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Damn.
Jesus, we could have got the ball rolling, and then you got to come with the curveball. That's the curveball right there.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm not convinced that Luchasaurus is really on Jungle Boy's side. I think Luchasaurus is going to turn on Jungle Boy.
We get a good one-on-one from them later on.
Yeah, I think that Christian Cage wins this, but I don't think that this goes on with Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. I think this fuses into Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. So, I don't know. Like, if you notice, Luchasaurus is still coming out with the black gear and the wannabe Kane music. So, I feel like since that's the case, he's not back to his babyface gimmick. He's not wearing the green. He doesn't have the green tongue and stuff. He's all black. So, I think that he still has that heel side, and that's like the little Easter egg saying that he's not fully on Jungle Boy's side. So I definitely see Luchasaurus. And if you notice, we haven't seen Luchasaurus in a couple weeks too. So when he does come out, it's going to be like, oh my God, we haven't seen him. Shocker, boom, hits a choke slam on Jungle Boy. You're going to have JR like, oh, son of a bitch, and then have Christian Cage capitalize.
He doesn't even have to be on Christian's side, too. It could just be him being, I'm on Luchasaurus' side. I'm on my own side. He cost Jungle Boy the match, and then just like you said, it's him, and then it kind of just takes Christian out of it.
Yeah. I wouldn't team back up with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage. Let Cage do his own thing and go on with just Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus.
Okay, I get that. But then what happens after? That's the question.
You have Jungle Boy Jungle Boy becomes a bigger star because he's David versus Goliath and he slays his dragon. Eventually.
Okay. All right.
He slays his dinosaur. Sorry.
I hope. I'm just hoping. Oh my God! Please don't make that happen. God's sake, no.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. There has to be a heel in this, unfortunately. All right.
I thought I was a babyface.
You're taking over Chris's job tonight. He's the heel right here. And now we got the AEW Tag Team Championships on the line, and that is, of course, Swerve in His Glory versus Listen. How JR will say all the time. Listen. The Acclaim. I know everybody is debating this matchup because there wasn't a build-up to it, and which I agree on. I think we digressed about this in the past few episodes. Look at the archives, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, we have. But Tony Khan said in the media call, his plans did not fall into place what he wanted, so he had to book all these on short notices. And there you go for the inexperience, how Nick would say from the UW pod, inexperience. There you go. Yeah. So what this one, there wasn't much build to it. However, I am invested because I'm going to choose right away. I will be happy if the Acclaim takes this win unexpectedly. And just seeing the Chicago crowd to get so hyped and amped and be like, oh my God, yes, scissor me, daddy, scissor me. That's right, scissor me. That's right. And I'll be so fucking happy if they win. I wouldn't mind it at all. I wouldn't mind even the rematch next week on Dynamite for it. I don't care. But I want the Acclaim to have their momentum now. It's about damn fucking time. They are an AEW homegrown talent that was put together for the last 2 years. Why not? Even though this is not the way we probably did not want to picture it for them to win it, but why the hell not? Screw it. Surprise me and have them win, and I'll be happy with that. So I'll take it to you. Guy with the orange shirt. Well, I don't know which one.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Big Dad, take it away, brother.
I'm going with the Acclaimed. I think they win. One thing that you didn't bring up was the fact that, was it last week on Rampage or the week before? I know one of the Rampages, the Ass Boys were being down on the Acclaim, and Swerve and Lee came in for the save and chased them out. And that's where the whole match was made. I feel like the Ass Boys get involved. They already did a thing with their claims. I feel like they're going to come out and cost Lee and Swerve the match. The claim they're going to be crowned the tag team champions. And then you're going to get the Ass Boys infused into this little, not the match, but like a rivalry with both teams. And maybe you get a triple threat down the line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we did talk about that probably before I forgot about that. But I don't know. Do you think they'll add it to the last minute? Add them into the card like right away? You think they'll do that?
I don't think they get added, but maybe they come out and interfere.
And they just cost a whole match and then just go next week and then they'll then do a triple threat for it?
I mean, they come out, interfere, and cost Lee and Swerve the match because they came out and saved their claim when they were beating them down. And, of course, who are they with now? Of course, they're with Stokely now.
I was about to say Bivens. God damn.
Yeah.
I know. Bivens,
either or, his alter ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this is the perfect time to put it on the clean. It would be very organic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are very over with the crowd. They are homegrown AEW talent. And, of course, you've had Swerve and Lee defend it on Rampage. It's not their fault with the booking and how that's been. Maybe you just have them do a thing with Ass Boys, or maybe you actually finally break them up since you were teasing them, break them up before Forbidden Door, and then you just kind of forgot about that. So maybe they do actually break up. This is their way of breaking them up and then putting the claim even more over than they are now.
That's where I'm going with it too. I can see that happen.
All right, De Niro, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I think that eventually we are going to see singles runs by both Swerve and Keith Lee, and I think that eventually Swerve is going to turn on Keith Lee. They're going to go back with that storyline, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens here. So, I would want the Acclaim to win clean though. I don't want the reason why the Acclaim wins the tag titles is because Swerve walked out on Keith Lee or turned on Keith Lee. I would rather it would mean more for the Acclaim to win clean and then have Swerve turn on Keith Lee. Maybe Keith Lee takes the pin and then Swerve like had his, enough with Keith Lee, so he knocks him out or something afterwards. I don't know. So definitely I'm going with the Acclaim. I just want it to be clean. Don't be surprised if Max Caster brings up Hit Row on his in his rap, because if you remember, Top Dollar was talking shit about the Acclaimed like a year ago. So it'll be interesting if he brings up Hit Row, and I think it's I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I think that Swerve may be. I don't know why I'm going to say this. It's been something that I've been thinking in my head, because you have Stokely Hathaway giving these cards to all these wrestlers, and he's building this team. But it's like, who's the leader of the team, and what is the faction? We haven't seen them all together. I think we see them together here, especially since the Ass Boys is a part of that. And for some reason, I'm thinking Swerve is going to be the leader of them. I could see Swerve and Stokely and the whole team in the faction. I don't know what you call them, the male baddies, but I don't know. But
you think he's the lead over Ethan Page?
Unfortunately, I don't think AEW sees in Ethan Page what we see in Ethan Page. And that's the unfortunate truth, because Ethan Page should be showcased a lot more. If they thought of him as a leader of a faction, he would have been showcased a lot more, but we haven't seen him in weeks.
Yeah.
Horrible, by the way. I just wanted to say that. Very extremely horrible.
Yeah.
So wait, so who do you got winning then? So you got
the Acclaim.
The Swerve? They call it the Acclaim.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I love it. All right, we're almost there to the finish line, but now we got the next matchup. Of course.
Oh wait, Matt didn't pick.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I'm going for the Acclaim, and I hope the rap is pretty good. I think Keith and Swerve probably shouldn't hold on to those titles as long as, because to be honest, whenever a tag team that isn't like a regular tag team holds the titles, I'm not really as I don't enjoy that it being the tag title when that goes on. Kind of like if you think back, like Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold, or or Kenny Omega and Hangman, when it's not a regular tag team holding that title, it's like rare exceptions, but for the most part, that's got to be a transitional tag team, that I prefer to have. So, and I hope the rap's really good. I hope I hope Max brings some really dangerous bars.
He should say how Triple H is calling Keith Lee and tampering with the contracts.
All of that.
Yeah.
Just think of this then. Just think of this matchup now. Like, and you're saying that TK said that what his plans were fell through.
I wonder what those plans were. Yeah.
What happened in June? What big thing happened in June, early July, where they had to kind of put the belts on the Young Bucks,
the Hardy Boys,
the Hardy Boys, who were supposed to win, and then they had to call an audible and put it on the Young Bucks. When in all reality, they had the plans of having the Young Bucks and Kenny do the trios tournament all along. So maybe Swerve and Keith Lee were the backup plan, that they were going to be the ones to take the titles off of the Hardy, not the Hardys, off of the Bucks. That was the backup. Maybe this was supposed to be all along the Hardys versus the Acclaimed, and they were building the Acclaimed towards getting that shot. But because of everything that happened with the Hardys, it kind of messed everything up, where they kind of had to do all these short title runs.
That could make sense, yeah.
And that's why I feel like, because just like I said, around the same time, Forbidden Door, they were teasing Swerve and Keith Lee having issues and then breaking up. They had him win at Forbidden Door, and then you just forgot about it. Maybe this is their way of getting back on track with it, putting the Acclaimed over as the champions, and then splitting up Swerve and Lee.
I like that. That makes sense. Okay.
Most definitely.
My apologies, Matt. Doing three things at once. I'm trying to get everything as smooth as possible. I see you, baby. I see you, baby. I see you.
I see you, baby.
Right.
Anytime you ask me to acknowledge him, I see you, baby.
Acknowledge him. That's right. Now we get to Kajote versus, of course, Bryan Danielson. Oh, Chris Jericho, the last survivor of the Stu Hart fucking dungeon versus, of course, the American Dragon himself, Bryan Danielson. This is like your Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels type of style, almost in a way. In a way.
I mean, Shawn Michaels did help train Bryan Danielson, and the Harts did train Chris Jericho. So that's a great call.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm going to go very quick. This match is going to be very entertaining. I know we've been saying about there could be Garcia maybe joining the Blackpool, the BCC. That could be the case. Yes, Jericho is the greatest ever. I said it. Yes, you said it. Yes. I'm okay with that.
He said that on the Wrestling Delorean too a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yes, he did. He is the good joke, so I'm not even hating. He is the good joke. That's why he's the greatest Jericho of all time. I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to have to go with Bryan on this one. But I don't see Garcia joining. I say he stays with Jazz, and he played us all along, and he's an entertainer, not a professional wrestler. And I see Bryan winning the match, but I think it's going to be a great storytelling match between these two individuals. And give kudos to Jericho for being in great shape of what he is now at his age. And this is going to be, I think this is going to be very, not a high flying. We won't see as much as that, but I think you'll see a little of the old school Lionheart versus the old school American Dragon. And I think towards the end, then we'll see their current status of what they are. And then I see Bryan winning by submission. I think the LeBell lock right there and just having him make tap. That's how I see it. So, all right. Big Dan, take it away.
Oh my God. This one's tough. This one's tough. I'm more intrigued about the Daniel Garcia aspect of this rivalry and over the actual match itself because of how he's been teasing both ends, but then it kind of cost Chris Jericho the match, not on purpose, but then he wants Chris Jericho to win clean and win the right way rather than cheat or do anything crazy. I'm looking forward more to Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia next week on Dynamite for the pure title, because I feel like that's going to be fire, that match, and I think Garcia is going to wind up winning that because I feel like they're going to have Wheeler Yuta move on. But if I had to pick somebody to win this match, I'm going to go Chris Jericho because I feel like he needs it. I feel like just with Chris Jericho, he's the big name. Well, they both are big names, but I think he's going to win it. You're going to think that Garcia is going to be the reason, but he's not going to. You think Garcia is going to go back to the Appreciation Society, but he winds up not. He doesn't join either team. I think Garcia just goes on his own, does his own thing. He doesn't need to be part of either because the reason I don't think he goes with the Combat Club is because of the fact that why would he join and then fight Wheeler Yuta next week on Dynamite for the pure title? And it keeps that little rivalry between the two alive. But then he doesn't have to be part of either. He could just be himself. He can kind of still be a face and not be involved. And he can kind of get Chris Jericho the win clean by being
That'll
there.
Be a breath of fresh air.
Right? Yeah. You're. Okay. All right, Matt Callis.
So I'll say this, that this is the complete opposite of circumstances to the Ricky Starks Hobbs match. These are two former WWE guys with long, tried and true, proven veterans, top draws, big headliner names, wrestled all over the world, been world champions several times. This is more like, rather than wanting to show everything, I think what they want to show is a side of them that not enough people have seen. Maybe Bryan Danielson wants to give you a taste of the early Ring of Honor stuff. Chris Jericho wants to give you a taste of the early, like his early days with Lionheart. So we got to give you stuff that people, when you started watching WWE couldn't see. The people who never saw Ring of Honor, the people who never saw New Japan, the people who never saw CMLL or Stampede Wrestling,
War.
Yeah. So it goes on with that. It's they got to show you what you couldn't see. It's like that. It's like a restaurant serving something they haven't served since they opened. Food references, Ivan. No, I haven't done that.
I know it's been a while. I need Gordon Ramsay. I want to get that next time.
Yeah, food flavor. This is a match with a lot of rare flavors from other parts of the world. But overall, it seems to make sense for Bryan Danielson to take the win because Chris Jericho. Neither of them need the win, but people want baby faces to win, so it's kind of something nice for the audience.
I'm sorry, it's breath of fresh air. He means breath of breath.
Sure you did, Kofi.
Yeah, that's Attitude Era stuff right there.
Kofi's TV14.
TV14. Little nipples. But overall, let's just go with Bryan Danielson since he's the baby face. Yeah, and I agree. Daniel Garcia probably should be on his own because that doesn't like in group fight. Members of the Blackpool Combat Club do fight each other, but I think Daniel Garcia is going to grow more on his own. He's going to learn. There's more room for growth. There's more room for most of the time you got a renegade. You usually get a renegade who little guys usually get part of faction, but you don't see enough renegades as smaller guys. They're real underdogs. Nobody's coming to help them. You got to fight from underneath, and you got to do more. There's a lot of different things. So little guy heel, you already know what to expect. Tweener on their own, that's a little bit something special because it's usually like Moxley and Stone Cold and Naito. They're on slightly bigger side, but Garcia on his own is going to be really cool. But Daniel's my pick.
And now he has the gimmick now as the Dragon Tamer. It's one of the highest selling shirts on AEW right now.
There we go.
Yeah.
Tranquilo, right? Tranquilo.
We got our renegades, Stone Cold, Naito, and Moxley. Lone wolves, renegades. They don't need factions.
De Niro.
I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I think it's going to be a great matchup that's very technical. Like Matt said, he's going to give a flavor of some international stuff. I love how Chris Jericho was dropping on Dynamite. He kept on saying all is fair in wrestling and romance, right? Which is
Japanese promotion. He started out
War. He started out in the Japanese promotion War, which was wrestling and romance. So I thought that was a nice Easter egg there. But
it's like a soap opera wrestling.
Yeah, I love that when Chris Jericho pulled out the Lionheart gimmick against Jon Moxley, he pulled out like an older style of wrestling that he had, like a more technical, more kind of like the Blackpool Combat Club style that they have, and Jericho was able to like channel that with the Lionheart. And I feel like if anybody could match technical wrestling with Jericho, is going to be Bryan Danielson, who's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. So I'm really looking forward to this being a change of pace on the show because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fast-paced action, a lot of just bang, 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 and this is going to be a nice technical like masterpiece.
Oh, the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
There you go. That's very true. Very true. But then when you went bang, 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 now it makes me think about the Wayans brothers, Pops, man. Bang, bang, bang. That's what I'm about to say.
Do we have a problem?
And then you also referenced the Wayne brothers with the theme song earlier, and that was not intentional.
I know, and this was not intentional either.
Yeah.
But
like Marlon and Sean are going to come out at some point.
Just referenced Pops right now. Wayne's brothers. Oh my God.
Marlon Williams. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my God. So let's move on, man. This is all right. We're almost there. Okay. I'll put it up right now. But we already know what's going to happen. I said it last week, and this is going to happen tomorrow on Rampage. It's set for the finals. It's going to happen. So regardless or not, I created this for the reason because it will happen. And that is the trios finals between these two teams right here. It's going to happen. You're going to have Dark Order versus the Elite in the finals for the trios championship. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now,
and
the question
you
is,
called that when they announced the tournament too. So shout out Ivan who predicted this.
yes, the prediction, wonderful, yes. But the question is, who wins? Who wins on this one? That is a question here, and I'll go first on this one. I say the Elite wins. Hangman turns on Dark Order and joins the Elite.
And the Elite goes heel?
Yeah, and the Elite goes heel again. Since no more Bobby Fish, you got to find a plan B. TK, you got to find a plan B since Bobby Fish is not showing up anymore. Since he's not renewing his contract. Well,
Bobby Fish is going to be swimming up north.
Yes, he will.
Stanford Stooge.
And yes, he is for sure. He will be there. But I know that's a curveball. But I feel that could be the case. Maybe if that does happen, I'll be.
I cannot believe this shit.
I would be that way because I wouldn't expect Hangman to turn on the Elite. However, in my heart, I want the Dark Order to win because they paid their dues. It's about damn time. They need some titles. They've been there since day one. Since they've never, since the beginning when they got chanted, "Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Who are you?" When they first made its debut. And I love how the whole story of Dark Order began. I think it's about damn time that why the hell not have these individuals win it? I think it'll be great. And maybe we could see they're shaking hands. Maybe the Elite Dark Order joins together. Maybe, I don't know.
The Dark Elite.
The case. Dark Elite. That'll be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would be, right? I would love it. That'd be fantastic. I mean, I would love to see that. But something tells me, analytically wise, Tony Khan is going to bust something and have Hangman probably just rejoice with the Elite. That could be, yeah. See, even Kofi said it. Turns out, yep. Yeah, even Kofi says it. So there you go. I digress on this one. Take it away, Dan. What do you got in this one?
This is a no-brainer for me. I got the Dark Order winning this. I think for me, this is a no-brainer. After what I saw after Dynamite, there's no way you're going to put the trios titles on the Elite and Kenny Omega when
what
you
did
got
I
that.
miss?
Well, after Dynamite, you had Ospreay and Ozzy Open beat down Kenny Omega.
Oh man, I gotta see that.
Well, first you saw
off the air, yes.
Because I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah. And then it was posted on.
Yeah.
And then it was posted on. I think AEW's YouTube channel, something like that. I think so.
I'm gonna check that out.
But I just know because TK was there and he told me what happened, that they beat down on him. They beat him down very good because right after the match it was kind of funny. You had Ospreay sitting at the ramp, kind of like what Cena did when he lost to The Rock.
The Rock, yeah, I saw that before they went off.
He had that, but then he came back in with Ozzy Open and they beat down on Omega. And I think Omega's been he's been messing with us. He looked rusty last week was an act to get everybody invested into him coming back. He made the comment that he wants to come back and have that long run where unexpected run that you haven't seen from him before. So I don't think he comes back, and I think he's going to put a couple of people over in the process. And I think you are going to get Adam Cole to come out. You are going to give him the cost Kenny Omega and the Elite and the Young Bucks the match. You're going to get an Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega match, possibly at 4 Gear, and then you're going to get Kenny Omega against, of course, Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. I think those are going to happen, and I think he puts them both over in the process. I think that's what he does because it gives you that doubt with them, and then it creates the illusion that he's not as good as he is. And I think down the line, it helps out with his character when he finally wins the world title again, because he's going to have to fight back and do something he hasn't done before, and that's come back from adversity and actually win. And I think this is the start here. And you had the Dark Order where you feel like they haven't won, they have no identity, they haven't done anything in a while. And you've had, just like you said, you had Hangman, who's kind of been floating, and now he's been kind of talking to the Young Bucks a little bit, but then they haven't been fully talking to him. He said no because he's been doing all these bits with the Dark Order, hyping them up. He was like, I want to get you guys ready. I want all the elite to be ready. You had 10 who got hurt. That was the way of taking him out. You had Evil Uno come back from Germany. He was supposed to take the spot. I thought it would have been better to have him wrestle the match tomorrow, get hurt or get beat up by Andrade and them at that point to take him out, and then you make it a surprise that it's going to be Hangman on Sunday. That would have been a lot better. Had to get him last minute and then have him win the match. But I think the fact that he's going to be in the match, it's going to be there to put Dark Order over. Maybe down the line you have him turn and come with the elite, but I think now's not the time. I think you want to give the Dark Order their moment now, put the trios titles on them, and maybe he doesn't even take the title. Maybe he helps them win them, and then he gives it to 10 or to Evil Uno.
Kind of like more like making like a Freebird style trios.
Yeah,
right?
like an honorary, he's the honorary guy for the match, and that's it.
I agree with that. I like that. Great, yeah, I love that. Well, hold on, I have to play it for you because I have to. Damn it, where are you? Tell him, Leo. What can you tell him? I'll let
Wonderful.
Yes,
I love it.
There we go. But before we move on, as Young Anthony comment here, I think we get Kenny Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. Yes, and then Ospreay beats Okada the following year for Wrestle Kingdom after winning the G1, officially passing the torch. That's another story to talk about at Young Anthony. Because if you go
hop on the Tuesday show, we'll talk about that.
Hop on the Tuesday show, and we'll talk about that because Dan, myself, and De Niro, we digressed about that. I don't know about Matt, but I'll ask him off the air because yes, oh my God, yes, that's another story to tell. But I do though, Anthony. I'm not good valid point. All right, man, Cal, let's take it away.
All right, so I think I'm definitely with Dan on this one. It's got to be the Dark Order since, it's like they're Team EVP, but I mean, I don't know how relevant those titles currently are, but I'll say Team EVP is kind of what the Elite EVP, Elite VP, I'll give it to Hangman because like the Dark Order, they haven't had those titles. They need titles. The faction's been there since day one, and they haven't had any titles in the faction. Blackpool Combat Club is one of the newest factions, and they're stacking those titles like they're stacking chips.
They haven't had a title since Brody was TNT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and it's only been Brody. That's like the only person. That's it. Nobody else has gotten a belt in that faction. So, if it will be kind of a good kind of return to prominence, and maybe somebody else from Dark Order should get a title soon. Let's let the years kind of go on. So and ever since they lost Anna Jay, is like, what's going on? There's no more women in the faction. Maki Ito shows up sometimes, but that's kind of only on being the elite. So so they definitely deserve this in term because. And Kenny, like you said, that run in makes sense, and then I think Kenny's injury is also going to play a role in the elite losing because we'll get that sympathy, and then you let us down, Kenny. Kenny could go off on his own, then we could get great singles match Kenny back again because there's a lot of great singles matches we're still waiting on. CM Punk and Kenny is kind of the big one we're waiting on for the next pay-per-view.
Still need a rematch with him and Brian. They only had a draw.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Very, very true.
So it's
absolutely
either
right.
And Brian could be more of a heel this time, and Kenny could be the baby face. So I think maybe they gotta get this done before CM Punk's feet get too cold and he walks out. Tony's got to pull the trigger on it right away. It's like, hey, Punk, you don't want to disappoint everyone and walk out on this match we already announced with you and Kenny.
Get CM Punk some socks.
Yeah, get him some socks. Get him one of those like I got one of this thing that warms my feet up with this little bubble bath just for my feet that they give you at the massage parlor. Give that to CM Punk for his bubble.
He needs that most definitely for Christmas.
Yeah, big time. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him myself in person.
You'll go to Chicago and give it to him in person.
I'll go add a little Epsom salt for his broken foot.
Yes. And kind of what guys, this will kind of add the comedy to what's going on today. We're talking about Chicago, we're talking about CM Punk, we're talking about Chicago culture. I've been addicted in talking nonstop about Italian beef sandwiches, and my girlfriend's trying to keep me away from them. And I bought the stuff to make Italian beef sandwiches at home. So
no.
I got
another food reference by Matt Cannon.
Food reference. This is making up for all the times I didn't bring up food on this show. I got the hot giardiniera that goes on the Italian beef sandwiches, and I got the stuff for the au jus seasoning right here. So
he needs to have his own cooking show on.
I've been telling him, circle of food
right here. I'm
bringing up the kitchen.
I want to know what people in the comments think about that recipe. But CM Punk, I'm making those sandwiches. Maybe I'll call it the CM Punk Italian beef. Base Kenny Omega at Revolution or Full Gear. Do it. Pull the trigger, Tony. Don't fall asleep on your couch in your boxers, and stay away from whatever the heck you're taking. Freaking NyQuil. He's just like on NyQuil booking this.
Oh no, he's on a whole different NyQuil. Yeah. I'll tell you that.
You gotta have Kenny Omega put all these wrestlers over because he's the guy there. He's the big time face. He's one of the guys that puts people in the seats, just like they brought in Punk, and he doesn't. He's the one guy you don't need to put the title on because everybody's there. They're watching anyway.
So the CM Punk Kenny Omega thing, that could be a non-title match, just fine. Just make it about pride or whatever. The title's got to go to somebody new. Same thing with the
and just like I said, I think he wants to do something different, and he referenced it. And what better way than to start putting people over, and having great matches doing so.
So they gotta. So the Elite have to lose this one to make the Dark Order look really good, and they could go off. Young Bucks could do some great dream tag matches that we enjoy, and Kenny could give us some great tag like singles matches. Hangman, this title is another title to add to Hangman. Like Hangman's probably the first to hold this belt, the second or third to hold they're the second ever tag champions, right?
They beat SCU.
And then SCU, we remember that. And then, Hangman also, could add some more belts in the history down the line. So, we're building up Hangman, we're building up Dark Order. So Dark Order's got
this. This would be number 3 for him.
All right. De Niro, take it away.
I'm going for the Dark Order. Just like everyone said, I feel like the Dark Order needs this. They deserve this. Their faction has been dwindling, but I've been a fan of John Silver's and Alex Reynolds for a long time. Even when they were the Beaver Boys in CZW, I was a fan of
Johnny Hungry.
I feel like they definitely worked their way up the ranks. If you remember when they came into AEW, they were jobbers. They joined the Dark Order, and look at them now. I hope that we still, before Bobby Fish goes, I hope that we do get the Elite versus the Undisputed Elite or whatever they're calling themselves. I honestly think that would be a real missed opportunity if we don't have that matchup at least once, especially because of, like, in my opinion, the whole story of when NXT was going against AEW back in 2019 and 2020. The two big factions on each side was the Undisputed Era and the Elite on AEW. So this would be a perfect dream match. I just hope that we get to see it.
I think we can still get it because I think his contract isn't up until October. You could do it at Arthur Ashe.
I would love that. But honestly, if I'm booking this, I think that the Dark Order definitely deserves it. I don't think we see Hangman Page turning on anybody. I think that Dark Order wins and we just see respect out of all 6 men afterwards.
I hope so, man. I really do. I hope that they book it that way because I think, I guess, you guys, everybody overall, of course, we want, Johnny Hungy and Reynolds to have their moment, and they could have had it, honestly.
Yeah.
During the time, when Hangman was going after for the AEW World title against Omega. They could have beaten the Young Bucks for those tag team titles. It could have been either them or Stu Grayson and Ivo Uno. The same with Stu. Why Stu left? The same booking, no TV time. And it's unfortunate, Ivo
Stu is very talented.
Very, 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 very talented. Underrated.
Even Alan Angels, I saw him here.
Very talented, yeah.
Very talented.
He's very talented. Yeah, I mean, he proved this match with Bryan Danielson. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. One of my favorites to see, Alan Angels. It's just like, it's an unfortunate part. It's just that they don't really TK doesn't take the capability of knowing how to book it and how to go with the storyline. I say if Dark Order could have had their moment during the Hangman era versus Omega and the Elite, I think that could have been that time for them. I'm hoping that this time it will be, and it ends how everybody mentioned, shaking hands and respect, code of honor style, and just then probably was if they still bring Bobby Fish in, we might see him interfere, and then from there it goes on, right? I mean, we just have to wait and see. So I'm looking forward. All right, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. That's just one card. We still got 2 more cards to finish. Yes, this is why it's a stack show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Super stack show.
That's for this.
Oh shit! Hold up.
Oh, there you go. Super stack show. Love it. Yes.
Yep.
That's right. Get it for free fall brands, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Yes, sir.
That's right. And we got the co-main event, and that is for the Fatal 4-Way Championship. The interim. I don't know. Fuck the interim. I'm saying the Women's Championship, all right? No intern here. It's the Women's Championship. So you got Toni Storm, Britt Baker, DMD, Hikaru Shida, and Jamie Hayter. This is unfortunately Thunder Rosa's situation. What happened? They already digressed about that early on the show. But who will be the intern in this one? So we'll take it to you, De Niro, and then you pass it down the middle. But I'll be right back. I'll be last. But take it away, De Niro. Take over right quick.
All right. So I think that a lot of people expect Toni Storm to win this matchup. I think that the real story and the way you could book this with longevity would be to have Jamie Hayter win this matchup and then have her feud with Britt Baker. I think that at this point, we don't need to have Britt Baker with a squad behind her. Britt Baker's already established. So it's time that we start establishing Jamie Hayter as a star. And she could have a surprise title win here, and then you could have Britt Baker and her feud. You remember when Jamie Hayter first came into AEW, before her return to AEW, she was like teaming with B. Priestley. She was feuding with Britt Baker. So I think that would be interesting to revive that feud. I think it would be interesting to see her win it. Like I said, I'm not mad if Toni Storm wins it. I just wouldn't want Britt Baker to win it right now because I feel like that'll be going to the well. Like, it's time to build and create new stars. So I'm going with Jamie Hayter. So I don't know who wants to go next. All right, Matt, go ahead.
So I actually agree with you. I think I'm going to do it in terms of probability. So I'm going to kind of line it up like this. So Jamie Hayter, I'd say I put her at the top for most likely to win, in my opinion, on booking and building new stars. She has that past experience at Stardom, but she didn't win the world title. This is the top of the heap. This is the Women's Championship. This is the top title. So Jamie Hayter would be like number 1 pick because she didn't really have that before in her past career. Not in Stardom, not anywhere else. I don't know where else she's had belts, and and the audience knows as much as me. So, the general audience. Number 2 would be Toni Storm. I don't know what her history is in NXT, if she's ever had the Women's Championship in NXT. She never has. So
NXT UK, she had it
just the UK one, but twice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she won the Mae Young, right? Did she win the Mae Young?
Yeah. And then she won the Mae Young, season 2, I think.
2, yeah.
So Toni Storm would be number 2 for that reason. Number 3, Hikaru Shida. She's coming. I think she's showing that belt for the very reason that she doesn't need the title. But on the flip side of things, her winning it would be kind of the most unexpected, kind of outcome. But I mean, she's been champion before. She's never been champion in front of audiences. But on the other hand, she already has that. She already has that other championship from the Japanese promotion that she has, the Reina something, Wave Reina something championship. And then Britt Baker, you know, if Britt Baker wins, it's like they're copying Jon Moxley in the women's division. It's gonna be the same old thing when Thunder Rosa comes back, and like, come on, you know. Come on, Tony, don't do this.
Come on.
Why would you do that?
Do that. So no, Britt's had a good lengthy run. Everybody cheered her on. She's over. Now it doesn't seem like the time for the second title reign. You know, maybe for her.
It's not even a second title reign. He's an intern, unfortunately.
Intern.
Jesus Christ, I hate that.
But
what do you got? You got Hater to be number one.
Hater's my top choice. Hater's my top choice. Tony's number 2. Sheeta's number 3, and Britt least likely. I don't want that to happen. Doesn't make sense right now. So
and who did you pick, De Niro?
Hater.
Okay. Jake, who did you pick?
You guys are taking my shine here. I wanted to create chaos in here. I just create so much chaos in this match because I thought everybody was going to go Tony Storm, and I was. Because now
you got a chaos squad over here.
Yeah, because I'm leaning towards Hater. There's been a lot that I've noticed, of course. It was supposed to be. I think the original pick was going to be Storm going over Thunder Rosa, but then everything happened with the injury, and then all the talk about in the back with her rubbing people the wrong way. But I've also noticed a lot of things with Britt Baker and with Jamie Hayter. Every time she does the DMD thing, Reba does it, but then you have Jamie Hayter who just stands there. She just stands there and smiles. It seems like she's half in and half out of the group.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just lost on Dynamite. I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like it's just like the go home. If you win on go home, more than likely you're not going to win at the pay-per-view in like a big title match here. And I feel like that I could see Jamie Hayter turning on Britt Baker here. I feel like it's going to be a situation where they were going to go with Storm, and maybe I saw a tweet yesterday from TK, from Tony Khan, that said, after Sunday, I'm looking for the women's division to go sky high. Like he thinks that a lot of things are going to happen this Sunday, and what better way to do that than have an unexpected woman win the interim title than Jamie Hayter? And what better way to do it is by having Toni Storm being put into the submission by Britt Baker, and then Hayter costing her the match, and then pinning Toni Storm. Like you think that she's going to win, but then Hayter comes out of nowhere, takes Britt, throws her out, and then pins Toni Storm.
I like that.
Because I feel like Sheeta's not going to win. Like you said, she's a champion right now. She just came back. I feel like Britt Baker doesn't need it, and it just leaves Storm and Hayter for me. And I feel like people are going to be shocked and awed if what TK is saying is right. You want to create a new star in Jamie Hayter. Put the belt on her. And we don't know when Thunder Rosa is going to be back because if it's a back injury. You got to take your time with those.
Yeah, you could do the Jamie Hayter free storyline.
Yeah. And you could just roll with Jamie Hayter there. Give her own music back. Have her on her own. And then just roll from there. Now you have developed another star there that you could have Storm feud with the Hayter. At least that would be fresh. It'll be a new matchup to go instead of just having Storm win and then eventually facing Rosa as Thunderstorm. So I'm going with Hayter.
Yeah.
And I agree with Kofi what he said. The Acclaim should be the champs right now. This could be the yes. I agree 100%. I think we're all team Hayter here. Not meaning the hater, the word hater, but Jamie Hayter is what I mean. But Hayter's gonna hate. Comment, but yes, I will go with Jamie Hayter because I would love for her to win. I believe it was the director or someone. I believe so. Last week, I think Hayter wins by someone knocking out Britt Baker and then Hayter on top of Britt Baker, and then 1, 2, 3, and then she went unexpectedly. That would be awesome to see. That what's happened.
I think it's going to be deliberate, though.
Yeah,
it's not going to be by accident. I think she's going to do it on purpose. She's going to be like, "You had your moment. It's my turn now."
Yep.
I can see a backstage promo before this matchup where Britt Baker's just like bragging, like, "Oh, no matter what, if me or Hayter wins, I win, and if Jamie Hayter wins, she's going to hand me over the title." So, like, you can have Hayter win. And then the next week on Dynamite, like Britt Baker say, "All right, cool, hand it over," and then she's just like, "No," and like takes her out with the title, go forth with the feud, you know?
Yes. Oh, like your Evolution style Randy Orton Triple H right there.
No, yes. I got one. I might have another one in me. One more. So
you gotta break that bat.
Yeah, I'll break that bat. I don't think I'm gonna do a bat. He's
gonna catch it. He's gonna catch it.
Like that.
That looks like the new mini game from the new AEW video game.
Got it. But I think another thing I think since Shida is a champion, I think one of the things they could do is probably like because I've noticed this is happening. A lot of people getting attacked backstage and being switched out. Maybe Shida could get attacked, and then somebody from Stardom that I like. We get this is such a slim chance. But if Tony Khan really says it's the women's some event that's going to change everything for the women's division, it would be like Arisa Hoshiki just coming out of nowhere, like. She attacks. She.
Hey!
The odds of that happening, though.
That's a big odds to happen.
Yeah, I know.
That's like hitting the lottery.
That's hitting. It's hitting the lottery. But I mean, if I'm Tony Khan, if I'm saying that kind of statement, that's the only thing I would say that statement for. But I'm not Tony.
That's not a curveball. That's a knuckleball.
Yeah, exactly. Arisa retired with a really bad injury, and then she worked and then she came back for a little bit, and then retired again to work on her music in Japan. So that's, I mean, she's so cool, and I wish I could have seen, more of her, especially in the United States. And if I was in Tony Khan's shoes, I'd show up at her house with 4 stacks of money. Just like, I'll give you an exoskeleton, to deal with all that pain. I'll build her
exoskeleton
because injuries are nasty. Wrestling injuries are bad, and her injury is pretty bad from what I heard. So I'd buy Arisa Hoshiki exoskeleton so she could wrestle more. So there you go. That's my curveball. A curveball is always a curveball. So
that's your curveball for you, ladies.
I love the hard left sitting.
Yeah, an unexpected hard left surprise. I'll tell you that. All right, now it's time for the main event of this evening. I know. It's like, I know people are gonna get pissed, but I'm gonna play it. Might as well. Here we go.
Nobody cares. Nobody.
Damn, that's all.
Chicago seemed like they cared. They were going apeshit for.
Of course,
Pepsi Punk.
We all know Pepsi Phil Punk. Yes,
Ace Steel.
We know. And of course, that is Jon Moxley versus CM Punk, and that is for the AEW. Really? Oh, no. No. It just. Okay, I'll swear it up. Still have it? Yes.
Really?
What's up with that?
I know, but we know that something needs to fucking happen in this main event. It cannot go down just CM Punk regaining. Someone needs to come. Someone needs to either make a return or make an impact, no pun intended, to Impact Wrestling. Something needs to happen here because hearing Tony Khan's media call he wasn't sure. Punk pressured himself to come back. It was Punk. He admitted in that fucking phone call, in that media call, he admitted that Punk wanted to return early. he felt like it wasn't 100%. So all we know is this is obviously kayfabe at his best, selling the shit out of it. But it just still doesn't make sense to me. It does not invest me because the fact that you let him drop the belt at Cleveland, have Moxley win it for technically a week as a actual two-time AEW champion for a short tenure. However, his tenure should have happened since the beginning of that tournament at Forbidden Door. It should have been that, and then have Punk win it. And if the fucking show ends with Punk winning and say, "Oh, thank you very much, everybody. Good night, everybody," I will be definitely pissed off because all this build-up, something needs to happen. So JMJF needs to come. I don't care who it is. Someone needs to interfere. It could be Shawn Spears. I don't give a fuck. Red says I don't care if it's Shawn Spears. I need someone to show up because this main event is not making it very intrigued to me. That he pull off on Dynamite, sorry, it does not work on me. I mean, like I said, I'm digressing and I apologize to everybody who loves CM Punk. I love CM Punk too, but there's times that shit like this, you're a spoiled brat. You're a fucking spoiled brat, and I hate it. No, that's not the way how you become a champion. That's why I love John Moxley, what he said. Yeah, what his last promo, he means it. I know he does. So at the end of the day, I want Moxley to win. I really want Moxley to embarrass CM Punk in Chicago. That's what I want to see. I want Moxley to beat the shit out of him and then Punk goes home. Because I feel just go home. If you're gonna be there just bitching about everything, then why be there in AEW? Go home. Get your last check. Goodbye. That's it. Tony Khan, thank you. Go home.
Wrestling doesn't love me as much as I love it.
I mean, like I said, I'm hoping they deliver a great storytelling match. I hope they do. But the outcome of this, I want Moxley to do it. I want him to destroy CM Punk. That's what I want. And yes, I will play it because
give me what I want.
Yes, that's what I want, damn it. But if Punk wins, I better see MJF come back. He needs to be here. Make that happen because he needs to save the ending of the show. It needs to be saved.
If you remember All Out last year, we had a hell of an ending. Probably the best ending in AEW history with Danielson and Cole.
Adam Cole.
So you can't go off with a whimper. This is All Out. And the bar has been set with last year. I feel like last year, All Out was the greatest AEW show of all time. So you have a pretty heavy bar to, but I don't know. Do you want me to go first?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I hope I hope the match starts with John Moxley just hitting a clothesline, paradigm shift, and a 1-2-3. I hope John Moxley squashes the shit out of CM Punk. But you know what? If we're going to have a match, it should be a good match. But the fact is, I just don't get two things. One is, why couldn't you take the week that you had this matchup in Cleveland and just have it build up to this matchup? If you're going to go with this matchup anyway, take those weeks in between and just continue building the anticipation to this matchup. Because when CM Punk came back, the first week he came back and he went face-to-face with John Moxley, I was extremely excited for this matchup. The anticipation was there. I thought this was a lot of hype.
They took the air out of the balloon.
Exactly. Now they're trying to blow it back in. And it's like, I feel like if you would have just took those weeks in between instead of having the matchup and John Moxley wins and CM Punk, what's the future for CM Punk? All that shit was unnecessary. Just take the time in between and build up to this matchup. I would have been excited. But it's because we saw this a week ago and CM Punk is injured. And that's my second point, the reason why this is stupid to me. Because like I said earlier in the show, CM Punk supposedly injured himself so badly in that matchup that he couldn't continue against John Moxley. Then on this past Wednesday's episode, CM Punk comes out limping and he's about to cry about how he's about to walk away. All of a sudden, ACL cuts the promo. You should have like a baby sound effect. I think my son's cries were more manlier, but than CM Punk's.
There you go.
Like, CM Punk, motherfucker, you had people chanting your name for 7 years, asking for you to come back. And you have the nerve to say, I love wrestling, but maybe wrestling doesn't love me. Shut up. Listen, people were begging for you to come back. So I don't, whatever. That was all part of the promo, so I'm not going to take it as like that was a shoot. But anyway, it's still real to me, damn it.
It's still real to me, damn it.
We're kayfabing too. We're in the kayfabe.
We're in kayfabe, right? This is Mike De Niro. This ain't Edwin talking. But
yeah.
Edwin's a huge CM Punk fan, all right? I'm not. Nah. But my only thing is, it's like, I just don't like how he came out limping and selling the injury from a week before, and then all of a sudden he's talking about how the doctor said he pulverized his foot, and then after the promo from Ace Steel, he's walking around normal. I just hope that CM Punk doesn't come into this matchup looking 100% because that would ruin the storyline. The storyline is he came back too soon. So why have him be able to wrestle a 20, 30-minute match with Jon Moxley if he couldn't even last 8 minutes a week before? So I just think that if they're going to do this matchup, you have to just have it make sense.
Yeah,
that's all I want. Like, I'm not even mad that it's happening again. I just need it to make sense. Have CM Punk limping. Have him wrestle from behind because he's already hurt and he's injured. Him walking around into the stands and running up the steps to get into the section in the stands did not make sense to me because he came out limping. Yeah. Came out talking about how his foot is pulverized. The doctor said you can't wrestle anymore. Like, I don't get that. So I already feel like this storyline does not make sense. So the matchup has to right that wrong in a way, and they have to just at least make it make sense. Like, just have him fucking injured in the matchup and have him limping, have Jon Moxley work over the foot. Don't do none of this hopping on one foot shit afterwards. Like, I don't know. Long-winded answered, Jon Moxley needs to win. And if he doesn't, then goddamn it, either MJF comes out or, like I said a couple weeks ago, the big story is the beef between CM Punk and Hangman Page. Have Hangman Page come out.
That'll be a smart move if they do that, because that makes total sense.
Everybody would lose their minds with
hell yeah.
I would even do, if that's the case, if Hangman Page comes out, I would have the Elite win the matchup, because it could be the Elite wins. Hangman Page is already pissed off that they lost. And now he's like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to go confront Punk because he pissed me off a couple weeks ago. I'm already pissed off.
I'm going to attack him right after, bloody him up, and hit him with the title.
He's going to mox him, make him bleed.
He's going to mox him. There you go.
and empty a bag of tampons on him.
A whole bag.
A whole bag.
A whole bag of it.
To wipe up Moxley's blood.
Not even the name brand. Get the ones that they give you at the clinic.
Yes, not Moxie Pad from Moxley, the old school Moxie Pads, like one of those pimple ones.
Moxley pads, yeah.
Moxley pads.
But
go ahead, Matt Callis, take it away.
I know, Dan. You're itching to get at the.
I'm saving him best for last because I want to hear what he has to say.
We got a pretty good one. So
I know he does.
I mean, you guys already kind of heard the. I like the Hangman idea. I like the, Colt Cabana is another possibility that would get everybody's head to explode because everybody's been itching for something with him,
especially in Chicago.
You know when he made that comment to that fan about like how many times he had sex or whatever. The fan was chanting Colt Cabana the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So that would actually like divide the audience because everybody else, it's like a Montreal situation where in Canada, like the baby faces are the bad guys and the heels are the good guys. It's other way around. So as much as we outside of Chicago want Moxley to whoop his ass, the people in Chicago want CM Punk to win. So the only way to kind of do that is with Colt Cabana. But oh my God, I need something even beyond a curveball, Ivan. I need something more insane.
Man, I need to get you a home run one.
Yeah,
you need the spitball.
I need spit. I need like a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah, blow dart.
Yeah, I need the blow dart. I'm the witch doctor, bro.
You look like one too.
Oh my God, he doesn't like a witch doctor.
I'm the witch doctor. That'll be my new name instead of Matt Callis. I'm the witch doctor.
What I get myself into today?
I'm the witch doctor. No,
happy Thursday.
The witch doctor is gonna make this even crazier because I had you guys all drink a potion because you guys ready to go on a witch doctor. So you could have Samoa Joe run in, you could have Tetsuya Naito run in, you could have Marufuji run in, you could have could have Dennis Rodman because it's Chicago. Have Dennis
Rodman. Dennis Rodman doesn't
cut the mic. Someone cut his mic.
Dennis Rodman in a wedding dress, waving the North Korean flag.
Oh no! What the fuck?
So someone called DDP.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, DDP with him too, and then Karl Malone could
the diamond cutter.
Karl Malone with the diamond cutter saving him, like. Because I want anything but expected with this. I don't care what happens. If aliens show up, if like Chris Statlander abducts both of them in her UFO or some shit, I don't care. I just don't want, them expect like if CM Punk wins and then fade to black, that's it.
We all could agree on that. I don't know if we could agree on Dennis Rodman coming in though.
And UFO,
I don't know about Dennis Rodman or Michael Jordan.
And Statlander.
No,
Statlander comes in on the UFO.
Is hurt. She is hurt. No,
she doesn't need to wrestle. She just needs to fly that UFO. There's no pedal.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
The UFO.
I need to make a bigger curveball for you since you're throwing all these.
I need a drink now.
Has to be soft.
Yeah, I need a drink.
I need a drink now.
I ran out of alcohol, so I got to drink water.
I'm the witch doctor.
I need something a little harder than water now.
I'm the witch doctor. All right, pass it over to Dan.
Take it away, Dan.
Yeah, good luck, Dan. Good luck beating that.
I don't even know where to start right now. that just gives me amnesia now. But this is my thoughts on this match. I feel like everything that's happened the past month has been deliberate, has been for a reason. There's been a rhyme or reason for everything that's been happening, and it's all centered around MJF coming back and coming back after the match. Because I feel like at the end of the day, we're going to get CM Punk winning the title because he's going to turn heel to do so. I feel like whether it's going to be him low blowing him when the ref's not looking or somebody coming out to help him beat Moxley, but it's going to be him turning heel. I've seen little bits and pieces for the past couple months, and even towards the whole MJF stuff, he was kind of turning here. There's been this whole CM Punk Tony Khan thing going on, and he's doing whatever he wants, and Tony Khan's letting him do it. And I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to wind up winning, turning heel, and then right before it's about to end, you're going to see MJF come out, and you see him going to grab the mic. You're going to see him go, whoa, whoa, whoa. He was like, I knew this shit was going to happen. I tried to tell you guys before. And then this guy's a bitch. Like, him and Tony Khan played you guys all. He was like, he was never hurt. It was like, whatever CM Punk does, whatever he wants, CM Punk gets. He was like, he loses here. He faked the injury, did everything just to get his moment, to make himself look the best. He faked the injury there to put the title on Moxley, to then win here, to win it back because it makes him look good in his hometown. He was like, I tried to tell you guys this in June, and the mic got cut off, all because of Tony Khan didn't want to hear what I had to say then. And I think
now he's on live pay-per-view. He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly. Now he can say whatever he wants on live pay-per-view. I think, like, I could be wrong, and this could just be
I hope
me
you're not.
thinking better than Tony Khan.
I hope you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I just have a question, though. I have a question because I really was going down that path too, not with the MJF, because I've been saying I want MJF involved with this, but with CM Punk going heel, do you think it would be wrong to turn him heel in Chicago? Because I don't think the Chicago crowd.
I think that's the perfect place.
But that Chicago crowd is going to love him anyway, so he's going to come off as just CM Punk being CM Punk because he always had heel-like tendencies. But no matter what he does, the Chicago crowd is going to cheer him. Unless he like denounces Chicago, he's going to be cheered. It would have to be in a venue in a state that will boo him if he turns heel, or the heel turn. It's like Stone Cold turning heel at WrestleMania 17. The crowd cheered, so the heel turn fell flat because the crowd didn't boo. You want the crowd to react like he just turned. Regardless of what CM Punk does, he can walk on water in Chicago, and they're going to love what he does.
But how do you think that if they cheer him, how do you think they're going to feel when MJF comes out?
They're going to definitely go crazy for MJF, but I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you want CM Punk's heel turn to be the fans booing CM Punk because he just turned heel? I don't think they'll do that in Chicago.
Yeah, that's true. I just think it would be unexpected to turn heel in Chicago because you expect them to cheer and then them do the opposite and have them actually turn heel there and then be like, damn, this guy wasn't that low to win.
How about this combo, guys? Both MJF and Colt Cabana, or MJF and Hangman.
I can see MJF and Colt Cabana. I know Hangman and MJF, they feuded before. It would be a little weird, but MJF and Colt Cabana would be.
Yeah. And technically, Colt Cabana was wrestling over in Germany. He was there with Evil Uno, and he went undefeated, like 3-0 when he wrestled over there in Germany doing the AEW Games thing. Yeah. And he made the comment that he was like, I was undefeated over here. I won 3-4 times. I think I deserve a title shot now.
Unless, I do like your analogy because it kind of reminds me your typical Austin McMahon type of style, because MJF is the rebel. He comes in and tells fucking the crowd, yeah, you see, I told you so. And that's if we see Tony Khan comes out there, if he puts himself in that position to be out there celebrating with Punk, hugging him like the Tony Khan hug, give him that hug. And then we see MJF coming out through the crowd and just grabs the mic from the ring announcer and then just goes off. And maybe that could be the hype for it, the ending of it, or like I can see that. I don't disagree.
And if you really want to drive it home, I think you need to have MJF do something to Tony Khan. Not a wrestling move.
Yes.
Spit on him or something. You know what I mean?
Have him do something, get arrested. Have him get arrested.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed.
Facts, like fucking attitude era booking here. Like, let's go.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I just feel like that's the route that they should be doing, and I feel like they're going to do, because especially with what he did it was in LA. It was at the Forum. That's where he cut the big promo, and they cut the mic
Ivan
off,
was there, yeah.
And then he just left.
Not quoting Bruce Pritchard, but I was there.
But it's like, it just, like, to me, it just feels like everything's being deliberately done on purpose. Everybody's talking about it, good or bad. And I think maybe that's what they were planning on doing all along, was to get everybody to talk about it no matter what, and then have this happen, because then it gets you hyped up for MJF come back, but then you're seeing CM Punk going heel, but for a reason, because he's getting everything that he wants. You're seeing everything happen, like everybody's talking about right now. Oh, why is he getting that immediate rematch? Why is he down himself? It's to get one over on everybody. We've seen this before. We see Triple H do whatever he wants. We saw Triple H and WWE manipulate people, and that's what he's doing right now. I feel like he's doing manipulation.
All I know is
manipulation. Yes.
All I know is AEW needs a storyline like that right now. They need someone like MJF, because there's really nothing right now that's giving you those cliffhangers and making you want to tune in the next week to see how it plays out. Right now, it's just they're just doing random matches, it seems like, and tournaments and interim titles. You need that big storyline.
And it's kind of funny because now,
you know what?
I feel like it's flipped. I feel like when you did the whole Cena Punk thing at Money in the Bank, I feel like now Punk is Cena, and now MJF is Punk.
Agreed. But see, maybe you're right about this. Maybe this was the actual plan all along. First of all, what about this was the actual plan A? Let's say Punk never got hurt. None of that situation happened. This could have been MJF Punk main event, and then have MJF going along with the storyline. Because I remember, when MJF dropped the mic, he left. This is when you had Punk coming out after him during off air, and that's where the build-up starts from there. This could have been the plan A all along.
And then the rumors after that were that he was just probably going to be a Ray for the summer.
Yes.
And that's what the rumor was, filled with Forbidden Door and everything.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, I love it because
it gives you the chance to forget that he's been away, because he's been gone since June. And so that when he comes back, you're like, oh my god, I forgot MJF was still with AEW, because he has been around for 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, totally.
I like that plan a lot.
Agree. I like that plan a lot myself too. I 100% agree.
Yeah, I could just be getting myself excited and booking better myself than Tony Khan, but I'm hoping he's listening right now.
I think he does that. That's why we said that our press passes will not happen.
Tony, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Please listen to me.
I love you.
I love you.
Sorry. Tony,
I love you, Tony.
Tony, if you're
love you, Tony.
I actually really do love Tony Khan. I don't want to get it twisted. I love Tony Khan. I love AEW. It's just that it's some of these like unprofessional things, like the whole Thunder Rosa thing, that makes me think like he needs to kind of step out of. He's not the one to be talking to media.
Not Dana White.
You're not doing anything with the Ring of Honor belts. Just not doing anything with Ring of Honor right now. It's like you bought it, and what are you gonna do with it? So
exactly.
But Tony, if you're listening, let's get some K-pop artists.
No K-pop.
I got the hookup.
Tony, if you're listening, Dennis Rodman.
All right, so that concludes it for All Out, because it has 11 matches. That was the longest one there, of course, ladies and gentlemen. All Out. But now, I mean, we're gonna move on.
Only 14 matches.
Well, I didn't even have the pre-show, because this is only 11, plus the pre-one, so you have 3 of them. I mean, that's 14. Jesus.
Shout out to Eddie Kingston and Nishi. That's all I'll say.
Now, it's time to get into the most intriguing one, because this is the one that it's the first time ever you see post no Vince McMahon, and that is Clash at the Castle. The predictions, of course, you only have 6 matches in this card. NXT TakeOver style. Thank God for Hunter. Oh, Papa H, we love you, because you're bringing back this old school, man, and I love it. And then this first matchup for this, and I feel that this is going to be, of course, the first matchup, and that's right, Rey Mysterio and Edge versus Judgment Day. I see this already being the first matchup, and like I said, this is going to be, by the way, at Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock noon Central, 11 o'clock a.m. our time, Pacific Standard Time. So I will be watching this, and tune into Clark Street, as they'll be doing a live watch along. So there you go. Sweet. Shout out to Clark Street, of course. But yes, I'm going to say very quick, I'm not invested. I'm not invested. I do want Judgment Day to win, but then I want Dominic to turn heel here, because I'm sick and tired of this feud. This whole Edge situation, you're bitching about, who are you judging? First of all, it was your damn crew. It was your crew. This was your fucking faction you created. What the hell are you talking about that you're like one who you're judging? You're the one who came up with that name. Oh, yeah, we're the Judgment Day. Like, Jesus Christ. But I am hardly invested, but I want more Judgment Day to win. If we see Dom turn here, I'm okay with that. That's fine. But I still want, give me what I want. Papa H, listen to me now. I've been saying it. I've been saying it forever.
Give me what I want.
Please give me Dominic to be his own faction. Legado Fantasma, damn it. Give me that. Give me that.
I don't know. I think Dom has a thing for Rhea Ripley. Dom likes to get domed.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got something here. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to make his announcement right now. I'm losing my mind right now because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, I need to get where's my card? Where's my card? I need to play it. I need to play it. Oh, shit. Because he is none other.
Professional wrestling, bigger than Hackenschmidt.
bigger than Gotch, bigger than Thez, bigger than Flair, bigger than Hogan, bigger than Moxley, bigger than
Keep going! Keep going!
Night, but we're gonna run out of airtime.
Bigger than Ibushi!
God, I love this. Bigger than Ibushi.
Because he is the man with the 5 eyes, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. He's back. Oh my God, he's wearing a scarf. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, he is
back. My God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait.
That is right, because he's here, because he is the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, and the unscripted, and the uncensored. Ladies and gentlemen, surprising return. Money. By God of podcasting. Mike Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me, people? Testing 1, 2, 3. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
I'm honored to finally be on a circle of debate with Mike Lopez.
Oh my goodness.
This is my first time with you.
Oh goodness. Okay, well, the pleasure is all mine, guys.
Two people.
We have Money Mike and Mike De Niro.
Yeah, the two monies.
Okay.
Monies.
More money, more problems for any podcast that can think they could go with Circle of Debate.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Oh my God.
I got a few things to say right now.
Oh shit. Here we go.
First of all,
ahead. Preach it.
I haven't been on since Double or Nothing, I believe, or the week before. And first of all, let me say Triple H has been doing a great job so far. If anybody has been seeing the channel since way back, I was an AEW guy all through and through. But now I'm tuning in to Mondays and Fridays, Monday Night Raw. And, there's a lot of great stuff going on for sure. A lot of comebacks. So, yeah, definitely great stuff. Hold on, just setting up some stuff here. Yeah, so I'm all for it. Man, it's been a while. I'm feeling a little rusty here. But all in all, I mean, really, it goes to show that change is good. It's good to freshen things up. I was watching, and when you have so much money and so much to do, I finally got around to take some time right now because of by the way, just letting you guys know, I am a teacher now, so I have to grade papers. I have to grade papers and all that. So thank you. I've been given. I can't wait to see All Out. I'm gonna go watch it at the movie theater, and hopefully it gets an A+. So we'll see how that goes. But what's the topic right now? Sorry, guys.
We're on Clash at the Castle, so we're getting in the first match, which is Rey Mysterio and Edge versus Judgment Day. So I was saying that I want Dominic Mysterio to turn heel on this one, but I want him to have his own his El Legado, LWO style. I need that. I don't know if him joining Judgment Day will be but I mean, I don't mind it. I'm not much invested on this. I just want the storyline to end, but I would love to twist with Dominic turning in heel. So I picked Judgment Day to win this one. So, man, let's wahoo. All right. De Niro, take it away.
I'm actually excited to see Edge and Rey Mysterio team back up. I used to be a big fan of their team back in the day, so it was really cool to see them teaming back up. I think that this is going to be the spot where they finally turned Dom heel, just because you saw that he wasn't too happy being on the outside, and he thought that Rey was going to pick him to be his partner at Clash at the Castle. So the bitterness and also him having an eye, it seems, for Rhea Ripley, I think that he's going to definitely turn heel at this show. It's been long overdue, but I think that they're building up to it, and it's like about to hit its crescendo at this show.
Matt Callis.
In Europe, they love Finn Balor. And I think, as much as Edge and Rey Mysterio have a history with audiences all over the world, people love Finn Balor, he's Fergalicious,
Fergalicious, right?
Fergal Davitt, Fergalicious, you know?
Oh, no. Yes. All right. Big Dan, who do you got?
I got Judgment Day. I feel like you got a lot of different storylines here that you can break off of with this one. I feel like Dom is going to be the reason they lose. I think Rey Mysterio is going to get pinned, and then you're going to have a thing with them too. I think he turns heel, but it's not necessarily he joins with Judgment Day. Maybe he just turns heel and goes on his own and has a thing with Rhea Ripley. Like he said, there's something between them. I think she's giving him tough love. I think that's what it is. And that's what's going to help cause them to turn heel. But you have a thing with Edge. He had the match with Damian Priest, and he had Beth Phoenix come out and help him. I think at some point after this, you're going to see Ray and Dom go feud with each other. You're going to have Edge and Beth feud with Priest and Rhea Ripley. And then you're going to have Finn Balor do something with, I think, Dolph Ziggler, because, he's been in this. AJ Styles has been in this. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gives Finn Balor the chance to do a singles thing with Dolph Ziggler, or you finally get that Finn Balor versus AJ Styles match we've been waiting for a while. But I think the way to go is Judgment Day.
Okay. Love that. The Bygone of Podcasting. Finally, let's see. It's time to hear them.
It's time, baby. It's time.
We're the most violent podcaster.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a while. Yes, the most violent podcaster, the MVP. Yeah, so, I agree. Dom needs to go heel. I feel like if there's a time, it should be right now. Judgment Day. Honestly, I still don't get why they took Edge out of that faction. Maybe you guys know, but
I don't.
It's just
you don't know what Vince is.
He didn't want them to go supernatural. Is what the big thing was. So there was some disagreement, and then he just was like, okay, like I just want to go on my own then. And then
but it's not like they've been supernatural since he left. They haven't been doing shit supernatural.
They've been anything but, really.
Exactly. Yes.
I think that they need the win, Judgment Day. I haven't really followed this storyline closely, but I've seen the memes of Dominic and Rhea Ripley about, he's where you guys wish you were at, or whatever. Yes, I don't know what's gonna happen, but definitely Dom going heel is the way to go. Why not, right? I think him and Ray, a match has to happen eventually, right? And that whole LWO idea that was bounced around a few weeks back. The shirts. Come on. I wish I had one right now. They got a customer right here. LWO, make it happen.
Yes. Thank you.
I was about to say Vince.
Vince is out of the picture, but that's right. Now let's move on to the next match, and that's, of course, the one that Papa H surprises with this one, and that is, of course, the Intercontinental Championship. Finally, on a pay-per-view match. It's never been on a pay-per-view, and now it is. Now we got Gunther defending the Intercontinental Championship versus Sheamus. Now, I'll digress briefly. I've been wanting to have this match and see this match for a long time, and now we're gonna get it. We're gonna see the old from the European scene, the indie scenes that we're gonna see, and this is the first time I think these two individuals meet. I haven't heard they ever met in the indies, so never. I know never. So this is the first time. And I feel sorry for Sheamus because that chest is going to be red as hell. I'll tell you that.
It's going to match his hair.
It's going to match his hair, all right? And that's the bad part.
They're going to think it's chest hair, but nope.
Nope, that's not chest hair. No, it's not. But, man, I am excited. I am intrigued. Yes, I am. I'm Ned Flanders right here because Papa H gave us something that we never thought it could happen. And two heels. This is like a Peaky Blinders style fucking storyline. Is what I see here, and I'm loving the fact that this is going to be hard hitting matchup for sure. And who takes it? I mean, I'm going to have to go as much as I love Sheamus. I hope Sheamus comes out with his own theme song, by the way. I hope he does.
It's a shame for the
Yes, that would be awesome if he does.
Facts.
But I think Gunther's going to win overall because, I mean, right now he's having a hot run right now, the hot streak with the Intercontinental right now. And he's, and he's looking in great shape. So I see Gunther, but it's going to be I think this is going to be a close call matchup. That it's going to be like a NXT UK, like a Walter match, you could say. But I think that's what I feel this match could be. So I think it'll deliver. Right. So let's go. De Niro, talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
I'm really excited. I think that I'm more excited for this match than maybe any other match on this card. This is going to be like right up my alley of the stuff that I like to see. For some reason, I think it's going to be similar to like when Fit Finlay would wrestle William Regal. And they would just like beat the shit out of each other. I think one time like William Regal or Fit Finlay broke William Regal's nose during a matchup in WCW.
Oh yeah,
you're just going to get this. Like you're going to get like hard hitting. They're going to lay everything in. Everything's going to be very stiff, just like how they work, and it's going to be really interesting. I think that for sure Gunther is going to win, but I'm just here for the ride. This matchup is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Matt Callis, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going for Gunther just because there was a time when I saw Sheamus on the cover of like every magazine in the store. He was like the face of so many things. He was the face of WWE at one time, and I couldn't avoid Sheamus even when I wasn't watching the product. So I mean, I want Gunther to retain for this one. He's cool, the ring general, but it's a whole different deal now. He's no longer Walter, I mean, if he stayed Walter, he could have had like the Walter gun on his jacket, and I thought that would have been cool. The Walter PPK. That could have been his move finisher, the Walter PPK. Dun, 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 something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Gunther.
All right. Big Dan, who do you got?
I'm going with the Ring Journal. I'm going with Gunther in this one. I think you got to continue his hot streak right now. They've already kind of tipped their cap to the point where people have said that at Survivor Series it's going to be him against Bobby Lashley. The IC versus US. We've seen the past month they had the videos hyping up both belts, and I think it's going to coincide with them doing that at Survivor Series. Both guys are all hot right now. Both guys have been on fire. And I think the perfect guy to go against them in the UK is Sheamus. Just like you said, Sheamus has won every belt but the IC title. That's the one he's missing for the Grand Slam. I think Gunther wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wrestled again at WrestleMania, and that's where Sheamus gets the IC title.
Oh, okay. Good call on that one. I do love that. By God, a podcast. What do you got in this?
And guess who's going to be right there at WrestleMania? This guy. And I hope that match happens, of course. And honestly, if Gunther does a meet and greet that weekend at Access, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm saying it right here. I'm going to ask him to give me a big old chop right on the chest.
What?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I will send it to Ivan. He'll put it on Circle Debate, and I'll be smiling right after it.
No.
You gotta go shirtless for that, though.
Oh,
yeah. You gotta go shirtless for that.
You gotta go shirtless on that one.
Shirtless, then. I'll say it. I'm declaring it right now.
Oh.
Anyway, of course, there's a match going on. So, for the match, I'm going with Gunther. Ich mag Gunther. Yeah, I want him to win, and don't worry, guys. I don't have hickeys, but it's just hot in here. Goodness gracious. But yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah, Gunther for the win. Let's do it.
Awesome. And I can't wait, man. Papa H is giving us great matches with these. All right, the next one we're gonna have is the 6-woman tag team matchup, and that is, of course, Dakota Kai and Io Sky and Bayley versus, of course, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca. So I'll take it to you, De Niro. Take it away on this one.
I really love how the women have been built up on Raw lately, especially this storyline. Real quick, I'm going with Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley just because they need to, get a big victory to keep the momentum strong after they lost in the tournament. So got to go with them.
Awesome. Love it. Matt Callis, what do you got?
I think my brain. What is it? If you understand somebody's thought patterns, I think you could already guess who it's going to be. It's Io Sky, Dakota, and Bayley. I think especially since Asuka and Asuka's won so many titles over time, she's had enough wins. It's time for Io Sky. Everybody's kind of waiting for the Io Sky versus Asuka match.
I've been waiting for that. That hasn't happened yet.
And it's got a little preview of it, but that's it.
It happened on the live event.
Yeah. Live event, but we gotta see the pay-per-view version. This is a whole different deal. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Okay. I mean, I'll go very quick. I hope they give Io and Asuka sometime in the ring in this one. At least give us a little bit more than 3 minutes. Something at least 5 minutes, I would say. But I think, I think the storyline's going to continue. I think it's going to be Io, Dakota, and Bayley. I think. I know a lot of people are not much invested on it because it would have been a different story if Becky wasn't hurt. Then we probably would have seen maybe her joining with replacing Alexa. And I hate to say that. And I love Alexa Bliss, but was Becky injured, I think that's probably why they added Alexa to this plot. But I'm still invested a little bit, so I think the storyline's going to continue. So I see Dakota, Io, and Bayley on this one. Big Dan, take it away. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going with Sky, Kai, and Bayley in this one. If you break this down, you got Dakota and Sky who lost the tag title finals on Monday, which the wrong person got pinned. So that's going to give their way of, again, that title match possibly next Monday on Raw. Maybe we have to wait. Maybe. But everybody's been like, hey, you got to make this rematch happen. So you want to make them look good in this match and get the win so they can hype that up. And then I think the other match that's being hyped up is Bayley against Bianca. I think it's going to happen at the next pay-per-view, in which I think Bayley's going to win it because I feel like they're going to put her over with coming back. I think that was the plan all along. You get the match that was supposed to happen last year in May before she got hurt. Mm-hmm. They were supposed to match, and when she got replaced by Carmella. So I think Bayley, Sky, and Kai win. And then you got, of course, Asuka and Bliss. Who knows what they're going to do afterwards? I actually feel like Kai and Sky wind up winning the titles, and then they feud with Asuka and Bliss.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. Money Mike.
I agree. I agree with everybody. Dakota, Sky, and Bayley. I feel like we gotta push up the momentum there, and they have momentum already, and it's good to keep it going for sure. I'm sure it's going to be a great match. All of these women are very capable in the ring, and I haven't seen Asuka and Io Sky, so that's something I sign me up. I'm all for that for sure. And if this leads to that'll be cool for sure.
Definitely. And then the match that we're all anticipating because Monday Night Raw, I wish I could get that clip, but unfortunately, will give me a strike if I do it. And that's, of course, Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. And by the way, he got his name back.
Bro.
Got his name fucking back. Yeah.
Only one person doesn't have his name back, and that's Ciampa. We need Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes, we do need Tommaso Ciampa back, and not Ciampa. Yeah. I know Theory didn't want his name back. He didn't want Austin Theory, so he left it as Theory. But this is the one that got me extremely invested when we saw the ghetto side of Seth Rollins, with him saying, "Oh,
he went gangster on him."
He went gangster on him, huh? oh, you want to speak about family, huh? It's just, I don't even want to repeat it, but it's just like, damn, it's just too much. Jesus Christ. Savage mode right there, you bitch ass. I'm like, whoa. What did you just say? Like, straight. And I know Money Mike could really fucking agree with me. This is a Cormier and John Jones fucking UFC. Tell me yes or no. Similar to that.
You know what? It very might well could be. You know, it's getting personal for sure. I have not kept up a lot with this storyline until that promo. You know, that is enough to bring somebody back in. And these boys, man, they did it for sure. This match, honestly, I feel like I'm looking forward to this more so than the main event. And you know, again, the promo, the that segment, you could feel the energy and the F-bombs and the S words and the whatever, all of it.
All the bombs were dropped.
all the bombs, of course, right? So yeah, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Awesome. So what do you got in this one, Money Mike? Go ahead. What do you got in this one?
So prediction, I'm going with Seth Rollins. He's been losing too long already. You know, give him a win, and why not here?
Awesome. Love it. And I'm with you. Seth Rollins all the way. Continue the story. Might as well just make it to like the last man standing or a street fight. Anything just to continue the story because they took it personal with that promo on Raw. Go with it, run with it. And how you mentioned, Rollins needs to be back on a hot streak again. This is the momentum right here he needs to have. And I'm enjoying it. So whoever, if Papa H's idea was this, like, hey, let's just take controversy at his best. And, you know, we can literally say he took a page out of his old man.
We'll make movies.
He did. I mean, you have to admit it because he did the same thing for the Matt Hardy and Edge Lita situation. He kind of did that. So we could say he took something personal and ran with it. So
I will say one last thing. I will say that his win should reflect as, like, how can I say? What he said was pretty low, right? For what people would say. His win should be just as sleazy and cheatful as what he said, that he's willing to stoop that low, not just in words, but also in the ring. I feel like that should happen.
Love that.
Yeah, love that.
Indeed. I agree 100%. I agree. Go ahead, Nero, take it away.
This is that Vince Russo booking ideology. We need reality, bro. So
bro.
This is based off reality. I mean, I talked about it on the DeLorean. I said how up until a year ago, there was real beef between these two. I believe Matt Riddle's wife said something about Becky Lynch or something, and Seth confronted Matt, and there was like a little backstage, like not a scuffle, but like they like went back and forth with words, and there was actual beef between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle to the point that Seth Rollins once said that he will never share the ring with Matt Riddle, and now look where we're at. But I think that the best storylines are based off of reality, so I think that that's going to add to the intrigue of this matchup. The intensity is going to be insane. Just like when we talked about the Jungle Boy matchup with Christian Cage, I don't want to see this like start with like a tie-up. Like they should go in there and just want to like brawl with each other. But I do agree with Money Mike. I think that Seth Rollins needs the win. He's been taking a lot of losses lately, and he needs a big win. So I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Love it. Matt Callis.
You know, despite the beef that these guys have with each other, you know, I gotta say that there's going to be a lot of smiles in this match, despite what goes on behind the scenes. Because, you know, I mean, what would the gimmicks these two have with the, you know, Seth Rollins' whole Joker and his dance, like, you know, with the hand.
I don't think we're gonna see it this time. I think he's gonna go in serious though. I think he is. Okay. Sometimes I believe so. I think he's gonna go in serious in this one.
He's got a different outfit. He's got a different outfit from the dry cleaners. Like, I got a different outfit. I swear, Hunter. It's gonna be a whole different thing, and it's like a different color Joker suit, and he's doing the. I don't know. It's like it's this whole other strut. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to explain it. I've done a dance like that on the dance floor, but like you know, I don't know what to call it. You know, it's like the. It's like you're shaking it.
You got to add the Seth Rollins laugh too.
There you go.
There we go. Man, don't get me started, Matt. Jeez.
On Seth Rollins, like Matt Riddle, like despite all the beef that they have, this is this is for the dance floor. They dancing like a chicken. This may be beef, but it's more chicken.
You need a dance off.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for Seth.
Okay. All right. Big Dan.
I'm going with Matt Riddle. I'm going with him.
What?
Bro.
Bro.
Why would you do that?
Because how many months are we going to go by in and out and say, oh, he's finally going to break out of the losing streak on the premium live events that he's been on, and it just keeps on happening. It's designed to, because at some point he will win, and then I feel like when Roman loses, he's going to take one of those belts on Raw, because they're going to wind up splitting them up because USA wants it. And I think that'll be the perfect time to do it. Maybe he waits until Cody comes back, because Cody's one of the reasons he's on this big losing streak, because he lost him 3 straight times. But I think this is designed to put Matt Riddle over, because I think, of course, you're talking about the real beef. Who was the one guy who kind of backstage helped them get over that? Coincidentally, it's the reason why I think Matt Riddle's going to win, and that's Randy Orton. He's the one guy that was like, that actually backstage was like, I hated this guy, but ever since I started teaming with him, I actually like him now. I mean, he's actually like helped Riddle get good with a couple of the guys backstage, and one of them was Seth Rollins. Was that point there. Like, he talked to Seth and he helped them smooth everything over, and now they're good. That's why they're having this match. And I think after this, you're going to see him get that bad side of things. Like, you saw him get angry. You saw him get mad. Like, we see him goofy. We see him joke around. We see him bro. But we see him get serious on Raw. We saw that side of him that we've never kind of seen. And I think it's going to be coincided with the whole Randy Orton like Viper thing. Like, he's starting to use the RKO now as his finisher. He did it to Seth on Raw. Like, well, he did it like they had that beginning. They had the segment with the talking, and then they had a segment after Raw where they brought out in the ring for the crowd. Only the crowd could see, and he RKO'd him there. So I think at some point you're going to get Randy Orton coming back. You're building Riddle, and I think Riddle's going to wind up turning on Randy Orton when he comes back, and it's giving him something to do. And I think that's what you're going to get at Mania is Orton versus Riddle, but as a bad guy Riddle, and then a babyface Randy Orton. And I think in order to make this happen, I feel like you got to have him go over a big name, and I think it's going to be Seth, because I don't think it's going to hurt Seth as much.
Ruthless aggression.
That is a lot of ruthless aggression right there. I tell you that. And you're already, man, you're a fucking booker. You're already planning ahead for next year Mania already. Jesus. Oh my God. All right. Now we get into the co-main event, which should be the co-main event, obviously, and that is the SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler. We do get the Shayna from the NXT version. We finally got it. Thank you, Papa H. Your Papa Vinny wasn't doing shit. Nothing with her on a losing streak. And I'm glad that she's that old Shayna Baszler. So I'm loving it. Right away, I'm going to get out of my chest. I hate to say it, but I think Liv is going to retain. Ronda's going to causes tension, future triple threat. And then I don't know from there. They're trying to push Liv as the underdog. Like how Tim mentioned earlier on his show, he mentioned a reference to Daniel Bryan at the time, Mark Henry Big Show type of style when he won the heavyweight title, when he cashed in Money in the Bank. It's almost kind of a similar situation. Well, you got two main events, women stars like Shayna and Ronda, and adding Ronda to the picture could fall into a triple threat. So I kind of see that. I wish it could be Shayna because I want to see Shayna Ronda 1-on-1, but I have a feeling they're gonna mix her in this and the triple threat is gonna happen. So I think Liv will win by a cause interference by Ronda. I think my opinion. That's just me. So Ron Robert started off the Nero all the way to Money Mike Lopez. I'll be right back, but go ahead and take it away.
I'm always going to have love for Liv Morgan for personal reasons. I think that she's awesome and, you know, she's a great person, but I don't think she's going to win this matchup. I think this is going to be the last match in her.
Have you met her?
No, but she did. One time I did have when she was going against.
No, sorry. I meant to ask because, like, I've had some wrestlers that I've met and I'm like, you know, they're great people, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Me too. I did a episode on the Wrestling Delorean going into, what was it, day 1 when she was facing Becky Lynch. And I basically based the episode on her and I didn't tag her or anything. And then she reached out to me thanking me for making a whole episode on her. And I thought that was really awesome for her. So I'm always going to have love for Liv Morgan. I don't see her beating Shayna Baszler here. I think Shayna Baszler is going to walk out of this as the champion.
Matt Callis.
Yeah, it seems the time seems about right for Shayna Baszler. She's very, you know, she's a very vicious opponent. You know, everybody kind of knows the gimmick, and you know, she's got a new coat of paint on her. But I mean, everybody knows the MMA background. That's kind of one of the first things you think about when you think of Shayna Baszler. So she seems more than, you know, I'm gonna break it back down to percentages. Here come the percent. 80% Shayna will take this. Maybe 83.5% she's gonna take this.
Interesting.
Interesante. Interesting. Big Dad, take it away.
I have a 95% chance that Liv's going to win. I'm going the complete opposite way. She's not going to be dominating. It might even look like what she did Ronda, but I feel like Ronda's going to come out and cost Shayna the matchup because we've seen tension between the two. She came in, you know, she had the whole thing where she came out, dumped the fine money on the table before we had the contract signing with Liv and Shayna. Shayna come out and was like, you can't do this. This is not how you do this now. Things changed. And Ronda said, you've changed. You're not the same Shayna that I used to know. Like, you've changed. I think there's going to be the tension between the two, and it's going to boil into like a match down the line between the two. And I think this is going to be the starting point. And you don't need the belt on either of them at that time, but I feel like Liv's going to win. I think she might come out to help Shayna, but she's going to get distracted. Shayna's going to get distracted, and I feel like Liv's going to just roll up for the victory and keep the title because I feel like her next storyline is going to be with Charlotte.
Charlotte come back? Okay.
Yeah, well. Who hasn't faced her yet since Charlotte's been gone, and Charlotte's the one woman that can come back and right before you go right into a championship storyline.
Okay, I love that. All right.
All right. So I think I like the scenarios where Ronda comes in, interrupts, or costs Shayna the match. However, I do think that for Liv Morgan's title reign, Liv should win or should prove that she can win clean, like without any help, anything like that. I actually do think that this match should have happened before the Ronda match. I feel like the Ronda match, like going into it, I could not see any feasible way that Liv Morgan could beat Ronda, clean, right? So what's the first step towards that? Shayna Baszler. And she beats Shayna clean, then that could set up a Ronda match where, she could potentially somehow beat Ronda clean, right? It's all in taking steps and making her as a believable champion as much as possible. Because honestly, I've been used to seeing Liv lose to Ronda since the Riot Squad days. She was everybody in that faction was fed to Ronda back in the day. So that's still in my mind. So to kind of get that out of there, she needs wins, credible wins. So and Shayna could still be a part of that. Shayna could lose right now, and then still want another shot, and then gets involved with the whole Ronda situation. It could happen, right? I want my cake and I want to eat it too. So I want it all. I want all the scenarios to happen. So hopefully, here's hoping.
Absolutely. Love it, man. I love it. Now the main event of this, of course, and that is, of course, the tribal chief himself.
Don't get me started.
The undisputed champion. Oh no!
Where's Clark Street? Where they at? Where them boys at?
Oh man, they were
here earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. They were here earlier. Yes. Shout out to Clark Street. Yeah, and see, I had to send out debit again.
Acknowledge me.
You gotta acknowledge the tribal chief. Mike Moneyback said no to this thing. Nah. But one thing I am happy. It's confirmed that Drew McIntyre is coming out to his old theme song this Saturday. So he's coming out with how does it go? Broken Dreams.
So say goodbye.
Yes. I hope it's just for Saturday, because I think it would make it more special of a moment if he just did it just this event.
Yeah. And a lot of people keep saying that. I don't know why they're saying, okay, old theme song, he's going to win it. I don't know about that. I can't. No, I don't think so. Nope. So I think we can do this one very quick. I see it's going to deliver for sure. It's going to be a great storytelling match. It'll be a close call. People are going to be. I cannot wait to see the fans in UK going ballistic. It's just like, oh my God, Drew's so close, but they did not win it. Roman's going to retain. I hate to say that. I mean, Roman's winning me over little by little. But I mean, especially that aftermath with the chair standing right there on top of Drew, and then having, of course, Sweden ones, and then having Sammy the one out of the picture, Sammy. Jesus Christ, I love it though. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to see Sammy getting his ass whooped by the Bloodline and get him kicked out. That's gonna happen on SmackDown for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I think we're gonna see a potential Kevin Owens, Sammy teaming up versus the Usos for those tag belts. So I think it will be a fantastic idea, because that'll be two former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, former Tag Team Champions versus the Usos will be fantastic. Roman all the way, man. There's something much I can say about this, but I think he's going to deliver a good main event. De Niro, take it away on this one.
I'm right there with you. I got Roman for this. It's definitely going to be a great main event, especially I think the atmosphere is going to be insane. It's going to be electric. You got a stadium in Wales, and you got someone from around that area. He's not from Wales, but he's around that area in Scotland, which is not too far off. And they're just going to be all for Drew McIntyre, and I think it's going to make even better when Roman Reigns wins the matchup, because, Roman Reigns right now, he's just conquering everything in his path, and I think he's probably going to hold that title until around WrestleMania or until WrestleMania. So I definitely see him being Drew McIntyre here.
Okay. All right. Matt Callis, come on.
I see you, baby.
I knew it.
I see you, baby. No, so that's something I wanted Money Mike to hear for a minute. Like, anytime you ask me to acknowledge the tribal chief, I see you, baby, shaking that thing. I see you, baby. Fat Boy Slim, I see you, baby. Like, you want me to acknowledge you, I'm gonna acknowledge you in the wrong way.
That is horrible.
I'm acknowledging you. I'm acknowledging you too much, Roman. I see you, baby. Shaking that thing. I'm acknowledging the tribal chief, bro. Shaking that thing. No, but
shake that thing.
Acknowledging him.
That last little shaking that thing.
Yeah, shaking that thing. Like, if whenever Clark Street asked me to acknowledge, there you go. You careful what you wished for. But overall, I think Roman Reigns retain for the sake of the next challenger coming in, because the next challenger is like it's looking like they teased it a little bit. He attacked Drew in recent weeks. I didn't follow up on what happened with that, but I kind of hope he has the match with Roman Reigns next, and it's a friend of the podcast.
How can you forget? You interviewed him. You talk about carrying Cross.
I know carrying Cross, but like after he attacked Drew. So it's. I hope he gets the match with Roman sooner or later. So I'm pretty sure Roman's gonna retain this though. Despite a lot of people are definitely gonna throw stuff at him because it's Scotland, baby, or it's England, baby, or it's the UK, baby.
There you go.
Taking that thing.
Taking that thing.
Man.
Big bad.
I think he's one of the reasons. No, you're good. He's one of the reasons why I'm going the other way. I'm going with Drew McIntyre to win this match. That's one of the points. The other point I'm going to go into. We've been seeing this whole Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, not the Usos, just the Jey Uso and him, because he's cool with Jimmy Uso. They had the handshake and everything on Raw. That was great. It was magical. But you've seen that just hostility from Jey to Sami Zayn, because it's exactly what Roman did to Jey and kind of turned him into a main event Jey while Jimmy Uso was coming back from injury. Now, Jimmy Uso can't go over to the UK because of his issues, of his issues with the law or whatever. But that doesn't mean Jey can't go over. And if what you're saying on Friday, where he has the party and then they just kick him out because apparently Solo Sikoa is supposed to be going to SmackDown, and they said he's supposed to be going to SmackDown. Maybe that's one of the things that happens.
I'm with that.
I feel like what better way to be like an equalizer on Saturday than to have Sami Zayn come out of nowhere and attack Jey, who tries to get involved in the match, because we've seen it every month. Roman Reigns gets help from the Usos to win his matches. We've been saying Liv needs the win, but then Roman hasn't won clean in almost a year. Literally every match he wins with help.
He's a heel.
Yeah. So you can have Sami Zayn actually turn after getting attacked and then just take him out. Another point with this match. Who's going to be singing ringside for the match? Tyson Fury. He just announced it today.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That he's going to be singing ringside. Him and Drew McIntyre have beef. They've been going word for word.
Oh.
And it makes me wonder if he's going to get involved in the match, because there have been these talks that he's going to be doing a few things with the WWE. It could be something to do with Drew. And then, of course, like you said, you got the Cross attacking Drew McIntyre and putting the hourglass there saying TikTok. Everybody thinks it's just a foregone conclusion that it means it's going to be Reigns and Cross. Who says it can't be Drew McIntyre winning and it being Drew versus Cross, because he's the one who got attacked? We know that Reigns had just re-signed and he's going to be doing less shows and less events. And USA has been pressing the issue that they want their title on Raw and they want things split. And you can have Drew win. You can have Triple H come out on Raw or in a week and say, okay, I'm splitting the titles up. You're just going to be the SmackDown champion. Reigns can go away for a little while. It allows Solo Sikoa to work with his brothers, the Usos, for a while. And then you can have a tournament or whatever on Raw to determine the new champion. And that's where I'm going. I think Drew's the guy to do. You brought him on SmackDown for a reason.
There he is. The tribal chief is here.
I see you, baby. Shaking that thing.
I
see you, baby.
His ears was ringing.
His ear. Yeah. His ear was ringing, and he freaking heard. Why do people?
Well, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, because he needs his day ones to help him win. But I think this is the perfect time with everything going on to take the belts off of him. If there's any chance that you get him versus The Rock, that's a match at Mania. That's a match that doesn't need the belt. That's just a match that could just be him and those two. And you don't want to delay it any further down the line, storyline-wise, to where you have him drop it closer to Mania. I think this is the perfect time. You got Drew McIntyre. He's from Glasgow, Scotland. They're going there in 2 weeks for the European tour. What better way to have him come to his hometown than as champion?
Okay. Yeah, wow. Now, Devin, since you're here watching, he has returned, the MVP of podcasting himself, the most violent podcaster, is going to make his decision, and it is decided, courtesy of the Devin. But, Buddy Mike, what do you got on this one?
I hate to say it too, Ivan. I hate to say it. I think Roman Reigns is going to win. And the thing is that I feel like I don't know what people see in Reigns. This is just me here. That I'll just say I don't know if people see it this way.
Devin's gonna hop on.
He's gonna hop on right now. He's like, send me the link right now.
See you, baby.
I just think he's boring. I think he's boring. He's monotone.
Unless he shakes that thing.
Unless he shakes that thing, which I have not seen that happen. I haven't seen that thing shake at all. No.
God willing, we don't see that.
PG guys. Can he go in the ring? Yes, he can, of course. But he's no Will Ospreay, I'll tell you that. Which, by the way, Will Ospreay, man, that guy won me over already as probably, in my opinion, the best wrestler in the world today. Anyway, regardless,
no argument there.
I think Roman Reigns is gonna go over. It'll be cool to see Broken Dreams with Drew McIntyre. I'll be singing along. I'll be 12 again watching that. It's great nostalgia, but it's not gonna win the match, I think.
Yeah, I know. It is not. All right. This is the last topic. We're not gonna do all of them because we've been here for a very long time. I want to just do 3 key matches that are important here because one of them could be the fate of the future of NXT, and we might see a call up. Which I'm speaking about is very brief, and that is speaking of, and this is very briefly. Yes. The one matches that I'm very invested is obviously this one, and that is of course Ricochet. And yeah, I'm invested on this one. Reason why? Because Carmelo Hayes underrated, and he's a North American champion. We're gonna see the old school NDC of Carmelo and Ricochet. So, and then not only that, right now we're seeing Ricochet being repackaged. Now we're seeing Vince clean. He still needs to build on the mic work, so no matter what. But I think this is going to be a sleeper on this one very quickly. I wouldn't stick too much on this because I know I'm not familiar with it, to be honest, because I don't watch NXT like that 2.0. But seeing this past Tuesday, all of those clips, the promos, and everything else, the Worlds Collide, the unification belts that are coming, except for this one because NXT UK doesn't have a mid-card title. But this is fascinating to me because Carmelo is the one that I'm invested on, and Ricochet. So I'll take. It's going to be a sleeper match, and I say Carmelo right away. So I just want to digress about that. So take it away, De Niro. Who you got on this one?
Yeah, I've been following NXT 2.0 and NXT UK for quite a while, and to be honest, Carmelo Hayes has been one of my favorite wrestlers to watch on that show. He's so talented, and at any time he could be called up and be a star on the main roster as well. He has the total package. He could go in the ring. He could cut good promos. He has a great character. He's believable. It's not like he has like a character where it's like you have to suspend your disbelief, or suspend your disbelief. He sounds believable. So right now, I'm saying Carmelo Hayes. He's just too good right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Matt Callis, I don't know who you're Ricochet or Carmelo.
I think I'm gonna go for Carmelo Hayes. We gotta new blood's gotta get the rub. Is why I gotta say. And it's funny, Mike. You mentioned Will Ospreay, match that I recommend to everybody. I know a few of us here have definitely already seen it. Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. You know what? Hey, unless the tribal chief ain't
you gotta spell his name right.
I see you, baby. Shaking that thing. Like whenever you bring him up.
Go ahead, buddy, Mike. I know he wants to take risk.
No, but I'll talk about Will
ahead,
Ospreay versus Ricochet is the match everybody's got to check out because that's where it's at. And Will has a strong, since you brought him up, Clark Street, Will's a very strong promo side to him in New Japan. He's got a whole ever since he started feuding with Okada, and he got on top of Okada and was just like, fuck you. Like he got on top of Okada while Okada was planking, and it was the funniest shit ever. Because Okada was just straight up planking, and Will Ospreay gave the deepest fuck you he could give him, with the middle finger.
He still does say bruv one too many times.
Oh yeah, very, very British. So if you got that English hooligan, I like it when he uses the Chelsea smile. This isn't Flyer Will Ospreay nowadays. He gave us the flying stuff for AEW, but modern Will Ospreay, the Commonwealth Kingpin, he's a mean machine. He's a mean boss, Ric Flair-ish, a lot of that good stuff. But like I said, Ricochet is given the rub to Carmelo. So, and highly recommend Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. They've had a lot of matches that I recommend to everybody. And one more thing to Clark Street. I see you, baby. Shaking that thing.
Money Mike, go ahead, because I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll just say this. Clark Street, if you want to watch wrestling, there's the NCAA, there's the Olympics. But if you want to see someone apply their craft to the best of their abilities to everything humanly possible at this point in the ring, professional wrestling ring, I guess, or all that's good stuff, then you watch Will Ospreay. Guys like that, all those flips and all that stuff, yes, that they're mixing in the lucha style, right? Lucha libre, right? All that last I checked, that happens in that squared circle, of course. So Will Ospreay, no doubt. Sorry, guys.
But do you have your take on Carmelo and Ricochet? I don't know if you're familiar with Carmelo.
Yeah, of course. I got Carmelo. Yeah.
All right. Big Dan, what do you got?
We got to go with the A champ on the A show here. We got Carmelo Hayes. He's going to be the guy that's going to be the eventual NXT champion in the next few months, I feel like. I don't think he's going to drop it to Ricochet. He's just down there to make Carmelo look good like he always is, because when you come after Carmelo Hayes, you better not miss. And he's going to miss, and Hayes is going to win.
There you go.
I definitely agree, though. The big money match is Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes down the line.
Why do you think they have them so far apart? You have not seen them in a program together since War Games.
I agree. I'm definitely with you on that one. Now, here's the biggest question on this one. I think for me, this should be the main event. I know I'm not disrespecting Tyler Bate and Braun Breaker, but however, though, just seeing Blair Davenport be Bea Priestley, girlfriend of Will Ospreay, and and Mandy Rose, and of course Meiko Satomura, the legend herself. I mean, this is for unification for the NXT women's and the UK women's title. I feel someone's going to go back up, and I feel this Mandy Rose is going to go back to the main roster. I feel that she's going to take Toxic Attraction to at least make that women's tag team title. And I think we might see Doudrop and Nikki staying in NXT in the meantime with the feud with Chance and Kaden Carter. I think they're going to do a little swap in the meantime. But who I want to win this one, Matt's going to kill me, but I don't care. I want Blair Davenport to win. I want her to be the underdog. I want her to take it all. And just to prove everybody, like, oh, shit, yes, I'm here for this reason. She put a fantastic match against, Miko at NXT UK event not that long ago. So, Blair, for me, man, I have to go Bea Priestley, so I'll choose her. De Niro, who do you got on this one?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with Blair Davenport. just for the simple fact that it's a title unification match and she's the only one walking in without a title. So it would be, I guess, logical to have her be the one who wins the titles instead of a champion losing the title to the other champion, have the challenger to both champions win the titles. I definitely agree. Also, you do have the rest of Toxic Attraction on the main roster now. They came up for the tournament. So I can see Mandy Rose joining them in the main roster. She definitely grew as a wrestler. She's a lot better than what she was the last time she was in the main roster. So, she's going to fit really well in the main roster. And as for Satomura, she's a legend, but I don't think she needs this win.
Yeah, I definitely. That's right. Matt Callis, I know. I'm curious what Matt's going to choose.
Actually, I agree with you. I'm going for Blair because.
Oh, okay. I think you're gonna kill me. I didn't choose up tomorrow.
No, but I'll say this to give Mako like her just dues. Keep in mind, I've only found out recently. She's been around since the WCW days. She was 16 years old when she was wrestling for WCW. Mako Satomura. Yup, she's been around a minute. And she's still kicking ass till nowadays. I wouldn't mind if she won, but like Blair kind of deserves this new rub. Like she's held championships. I think she was like the international Stardom champion. She wasn't the top champion, but Blair was the intercontinental champion in back in Stardom, and she did a lot of cool stuff back there. So definitely check out her past Stardom matches, but this definitely one to catch.
Awesome. Big Dan, who do you got on this one?
I'm going to take you back to NXT UK because they've had a rivalry there. It started with Blair Davenport coming in, winning a couple matches. They had that fire first match between the two. She then wanted the rematch. She got it, but she got hurt. She actually legitimately got hurt in that second match. They had to cut it short. And she wound up losing, and then she went away for a while. And then she had the whole big thing where she came back. She was like, I want that shot that I didn't get. And they had the whole thing before NXT UK wound up shutting down where she won that triple threat match to get the award, the title shot. And they were going to have it, but then NXT UK lost the building, so that's why they're closing down. And doing NXT Europe. So that's why she came in, cut the promo. She was like, I am the number one contender. She was like, I won that shot and I want to be in it. And I don't think she wins this match. I think Miko wins this match. But I think where the storyline continues is you're going to have Mandy Rose take the pin, call up, and then you're going to have Blair be like, we've had unfinished business. You didn't pin me. You pinned Mandy. I am still the number one contender. And they finally had that third match, and then that's when Blair goes over on Satomura.
Okay. Wow, I like that. Not hating that either. Money Mike.
Definitely within the realm of possibility, of course. It's honestly, I do see Mandy Rose losing. I feel like right now is a good time. All these former NXT people heading up to the main roster. Mandy Rose, honestly, she came, NXT main roster, NXT back again. I think it would be a good fit also for going back. Davenport, I think Davenport is going to take it. She's going to look cool with both belts up in the air. Unification, Blair 2 belts, right? All that good stuff. I think it could happen for sure. So that's my pick.
As Ripley said, don't screw this up.
Yeah.
There you go. So, gentlemen, I got to get going tomorrow. I got work in the morning. So, always a pleasure. I'll see you guys in a few months. So, till next time.
Sounds good.
That was a good
Circle of Debate OG making their triumphant return.
I never got to be on the show with him. Like when I would watch you guys, it was always you, Chris, Matt, and Mike. So that was a pleasure.
Yeah,
definitely was. The last one here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just do the last one here. I know that
I'm going on 3:30. This is a marathon show.
It's a marathon.
Can I get my point on the tag team match for a second? I just want to get a point because
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people think that it's going to be the Creed brothers, and I think it's going to be Gallus. I think Gallus is
too.
I think Gallus is going to win, and Roderick Strong is going to be the reason that the Creed brothers lose. I think it's going to come down to those two, and he's going to cost the Creed brothers the match. And
Just not
Gallus
Pretty
is gonna
Deadly.
win.
I'm sick of them.
They're going to be. I think it's going to be them eliminated first by Brooks and Jensen, and then they're going to come back and screw Brooks and Jensen out of the match.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to Creed brothers and Gallus, and then you have to put Gallus over. That's one of my favorite groups right now is them. And for the love of God, put the titles on them. They deserve it.
Same here. I'm right there with you.
But let's get into this final one here. And I think we all know what's going to happen because a lot of people are speculating that this could be the opportunity for Braun Breaker to be called up in the main roster. But how you mentioned, Dan, that I don't think he's ready for that yet. We haven't seen the Carmelo Hayes encounter with Braun Breaker. So I would like to see that Braun Breaker Carmelo's for sure down the line, maybe for Halloween Havoc, since they already announced it in October. For NXT,
24th.
22nd.
22nd.
22nd, they announced it.
No, you're
that. So I am looking forward to that. And like I said, I don't think Braun is ready yet. I think he needs more time. He needs at least by the end of this year. I would say he'd be ready after Mania, maybe, or even before. I think he's just too soon. He is the flagship, or the Rumble. He's just the flagship right now for the NXT brand, and he's the one who's running it, and he got everything. I'm not hating the guy. It's just that it's too soon. Because then what are you going to do with him when you bring him to the main roster? Not a damn thing. There's so much things going on right now. You have to find the perfect match to get him involved in the main roster, to gel in throughout the whole, obviously, either Raw or SmackDown where he goes. So I'm invited. I mean, I just got to I think it's going to be a good match. I think Bateman's going to put him over. I mean, Bateman. Keep saying Bateman. Tyler Bate. I don't know if I'm thinking of another Bateman. I say, yeah. I was thinking, and so I say Tyler Bate will put Braun Breaker over him and will make him look good on this matchup. And I think he's going to deliver very, very well. Because we're going to see now the technicality of Braun, too. His wrestling side, amateur. That's what we're finally going to see out of Braun Breaker on this. So I still choose Braun. He takes it all the way. Next stop, Carmelo Hayes. That's me. De Niro, take it away on this one.
Yeah, Braun Breaker.
Right, exactly.
Braun Breaker. Nah, I'm a fan of Tyler Bate. I think that right now Braun Breaker is the NXT golden child, so they're going to continue pushing on him. I just, I think it's funny how Braun Breaker's father is Rick Steiner, but if you listen to his voice, he sounds just like Scotty. He sounds like Big Papa Pump.
Well, he said he's very close to his uncle, but he doesn't.
I mean, like vocal wise, like it sounds like his voice sounds just like Scott, and it's crazy.
I feel like if Rick and Scott had a child, it would be Braun.
Right?
Yeah.
All we need is that little, what's it called? Right here, this part?
Yeah.
You just dye that blonde. Do that and your money.
Yep.
Talk about mathematics.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt Callis. Take it away.
I think I'm gonna go for a rattlesnake. I'm gonna go for I might go for Tyler in this one. It'll be interesting. I want some more flavors. Just because Braun Breaker. He's got plenty of time to go. He's got plenty of time just yet. I just hope this wouldn't be the end of us seeing Tyler Bate in NXT or in WWE altogether, since they're closing the doors on NXT UK. So I'm hoping to see more of him in several capacities. So I guess I'll go for Tyler Bate. I don't have too much more reason than that. I haven't done enough research on him.
I don't think that this is going to be the last time you see him. I think he's there for good. I think he's going to be a future champion. I'm going to look forward to hopefully seeing Tyler Bate versus Carmelo Hayes as a feud. That'd be lit with Carmelo as the champion.
That could mean event any show.
It is, and he's Tyler Bate's one of my favorite wrestlers. The big strong boy, British strong style. We kind of got robbed of him versus Trent Seven, because they actually just showed it on Peacock yesterday. Well, today. I mean, they showed it today, and we kind of got like robbed of it because of the closing. Well, not closing, but football taking over BT Sports because that's where it was, and they didn't have the reason NXT UK closed down was because they had nowhere to go in England because they took that and that was their only spot. So that's their excuse of making NXT Europe. Is that fact is so they have somewhere to actually broadcast it and everything.
It should have been called NXT Europe from the start. Like, it just makes more sense. Your fucking longest reigning champion was a guy from Austria. So it's like you have wrestlers from all over Europe and you're calling it NXT UK. Like, why close the door on that? Call it NXT Europe because you have a bunch of wrestlers from Europe.
Exactly. I think, but at the end of the day, this is to make Braun look good because he got a guy so technically sound and so good in Tyler Bate, who in himself, he's only 24, I believe. He's young. He's very young because he came in at 18 and won the title the first time. And now he's been with UK for 5 years and he just won it again. He's going to put him over. I had a bold prediction that I felt like he was going to lose because Trent Seven was going to pop back up in the heel and would give something to give him somebody to work with. They never had that he lost, but they never had that third match. The third match, the rubber match. Part of me feels like he's going to come back and be part of the reason he loses, but then the other part of me says that doesn't need to happen. You can have a great match. It can go 30 minutes. You have Braun Breaker win, and then he winds up losing it down the line, and then you can have Tyler Bate get that moment next year because he's going to be in NXT after this.
I love it. Fan-fucking-tastic, man. Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. 3 hours and 36 minutes here of potential of nothing but a prediction that we missed one more match, but like I said, we've been here for 3.5 hours. It's about that time. But before we go, I want to thank everybody who took the opportunity or who are listening as well. Y toda Latinoamérica, muchas gracias por escucharnos aquí en Cerco Debate. Saludos a toda Latinoamérica, Colombia, Nicaragua, Honduras, México, Salvador, Brasil, especialmente gracias por escucharnos aquí Cerco Debate. Lo agradecemos mucho y los queremos mucho. Y saludos a todos in Latin America to subscribe, and also to all of our European listeners. Even though Mike was here, he could have done it too. Money Mike could have done it, but I'll do it. Choose. Maybe we'll see him back again soon. But one thing I also wanted to say is, don't forget, buy a damn merch for God's sakes. There you go, buy it. Buy the damn merch. You see it right there. Buy the merch.
Give us your money. Give us your money.
I won't even say what he's saying. But I won't even say that. You don't need to do that, guy. If you can, please, click on our link tree on our bio. I mean, obviously, there purchase our incredible merch there. Our chanclas right there. See, if you want to hit somebody, send it right there. All the Latinos right there, and Latinos chancla time. That is right. That's right. Chancla time. Don't forget. Click on our bio to our link tree and merchandise coming soon. DeLorean merchandise will be also in that as well, so stay tuned for that. Mm-hmm. And also don't forget Sunday as well, this Sunday for our SoCal Pro Wrestling fans. Make sure you go see the director himself at the Whiskey, a free show, and I cannot wait in Hollywood, so make sure that you go and purchase our merch and go see the director himself. Go buy him a damn Shirley Temple, take a picture with him, say hi.
Buy a ticket.
It's a free show. It's a free show. So there you go. A free show.
Buy a ticket. Sure. Buy merch.
Buy merch. And don't forget to subscribe, of course, to all of us here on our YouTube channel and our social media platforms. And follow, of course, Wrestling Delorean at the social media platforms. And also, you can follow us, Circle Debate, especially to our new league member, our familia, Dan Bakley, of course, Cage My IQ. Follow him on all social media platforms and on YouTube as well. Subscribe. Damn it.
Wrestling Delorean. Watch the vlog of
House of Glory. Yeah.
Watch the House of Glory. It's great footage. Amazing.
Enjoyed it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I had a great time. It was an amazing show. And yeah, I hope people enjoyed the vlog.
That is right. Because it's about that time, ladies and
Autobots, transform and roll out.
yes, I appreciate you very much, Devin. Thank you so much. To see you, baby. But yes, it's about that time. But once again, do not forget to subscribe to all of us and to the whole League of Extraordinary Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with the top 5. We got a fan request. She will be joining us. She's a fan of Circle Debate. She made her pick top 5 NXT women's matches. So we'll be having a fan here live who are listening to us, watches us, listens to the Wrestling Delorean and Circle Debate. She's going to give her NXT top 5, and we'll be joining her that. So I'm looking forward to do that. It's awesome. So all you guys, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for tuning in, taking the time to this fantastic marathon. How Devin said yes, it was. Once again, the host Steve is one I see, and of course, Mr. DeLorean himself, the Mr. DeLorean of podcasting, Mike De Niro, and of course, Mr. 69 himself. I just gotta play it for me because yes, I know, I have to play that. Yes.
It's been a pleasure being here, Ivan.
Oh, Jesus.
You know.
And of course, my brother Dan right here too as well.
History making. Age my IQ. Definitely tune in. It's for people only with people with next level consciousness. It's all part of the plan. Watching Wrestling Delorean Podcast and watching Cage My IQ. Only it's things only the invisible hand knows.
Jesus. Well, tell him, Mr. Invisible Man. Tell him what the hell do we do? Not only just the league, but also here on the CMD and the Wrestling Delorean and Cage My IQ. What the hell do we do?
Well, I'll tell you, Ivan. We don't make wrestling podcasts. We make history.
Will
over and over
make
over and over
history
over and over and over